stop me when I'm passing by. I'm the ice cream man, stop me when I'm passing by. They say all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. One time, boys, I'm the ice cream man. I'm the ice cream man. All my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy.
What's wrong, man? What? That looks like you. What? It's never slimming, Ron. It's never slimming. I'll help. You got to talk into that, by the way. Right on it.
Check 1 2 2 2.
Hey, Ron, what's happening?
All right, Craven, what's going on, man? Born to Ride Radio.
Let's see if we can make this intro play. I know. Well, we're just now getting started. This is our first show because we weren't really expecting to have a show tonight. But because we are, you guys are going to bear with all the issues that come along with doing a brand new radio show on live radio. And now.
We were scheduled, so we didn't plan on coming on tonight.
Never mind. That's just the alignment thing. You don't have to have headphones here. I'll turn it up so you can hear yourself. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, man. So now we are also having the technical difficulty, which is, that's you. See, I can see you. Hi, Ron. For some reason, we're not getting the DVD, and we're not getting the.
Don't tell them our failures, because if you don't tell them, they won't know.
It's not a failure, man. It's just a technical thing. Ain't no big deal. I got this. Anyway, hey, guys. How we doing? Yeah, we're live. Yeah, man. We're actually on the air for the first time. We only ended up with 7 people listening in so far, but we got about 7,000 that are going to tune in here in a minute. And we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us and having a good time. And all we do is, hey, every Tuesday night from 8 to 11 o'clock, we do a live radio of interest to bikers. The studio line, of course, is open, 813-756-6444. Get the cobweb off of that so I can see it. Wow. So, listen, man, how exciting has it been, Ron? Are we doing something that's really... Yeah, because it's been really exciting.
Well, it's always exciting, man, with the motorcycle community. And Born to Ride Radio, now we're finally kicking it off. 21 years documenting the biker lifestyle in a proper manner. Craven, if we don't do it, who will? So we've been doing it, man. And the phone lines are already brightening up. So, guys, if you're calling, just relax and wait your turn, because we're going to get to all the calls. And if we don't get to them this month and this week, we'll be getting to them next week. We want you to call in every week. We're looking for people to call in and talk every week, because it's really about the people, the bikers, but the community out there listening here to this station.
Yeah, and, just because a DVD player messes up or something doesn't mean anything. It works great most of the time. And today is one of those days. But today is a really great day because we have a lot of good things to say about the community and about events and about things that are going on here in the biker community, and we're going to continue to do that. We're gonna keep on with what we do, which is bring you what you want to hear and what you want to know about, and that's what we're doing out here right now. So I don't know, Ron. You tell me. It is kind of exciting, and I know we have a couple of jerky starts going on here, but it ain't nothing that we can't fix, right?
Well, the people, all they got to do is go to borntoride.com and click the link, and they should be able to get right in and get right to the station. And Ustream, it's also on Ustream. And like I said, man, we're getting a lot of emails. Like us on Born to Ride Facebook. You could go there, and we can keep track of what's going on as well. So we're looking forward to a really good show tonight. And, we got music to play. We're looking for bands. There's a lot of good bands out there in the community. And if you're a band, not only can we feature you here, but we'd like to bring some people into the studio. I just got a press kit today from Preacher Stone. A really cool band is out touring all over. They were actually featured on Sons of Anarchy TV show, some of the soundtrack music. And talked to Billy McKnight and the Soul Circus Cowboys.
Yeah.
So here's a call coming in right now. Let's see
There's
who it
always
is.
a call, man. Pirate Radio, you're on the air.
Yo, Friday! Speak it!
Who is it?
I'm sorry, who
You
is
hear
it?
me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Friday!
You, how are you?
I can watch you live, brother. I'm watching you.
All right, what do you think, man? Everything going good today? Where are you calling from?
The only thing I like is the sound too good out of my phone.
Where are you calling from?
I'm going back to my chair, man, in my house.
It sounds like you're calling on a bad cell phone connection. Have you got a landline you can call us on? Yeah. Never mind.
Call us back, man. We might drop that call. Are you still there?
You there? Hello?
Talk to you later.
Yeah, all right, fine.
Call us back, man. We're great to hear from you. Look, Craven, the phones are lighting up, man.
I know, man, but it's always working better when somebody
great.
calls from a landline. So whenever we get another call, we'll just take it. It's no big deal.
Yeah, we really appreciate the feedback of the people, Craven Born to Ride all these years have been about the people. It's not really about me. It's about the people, the riding community, and the great things bikers do. And, there's a lot of good bikers and clubs and organizations, a lot of charities. Been contacted by the Shriners. They're going to be sending us some public service announcements. The Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, Wayne Woodsack. A lot of great things, man. So it is an exciting time. Happy New Year. It's 2017, man.
Yeah, you didn't think you were going to make it that far, did you?
Man, what are we doing in 2017? What are you doing, people? Let us know.
Yeah, give us a shout out, man. Like I said, 813-756-6444, and the line is open. And you know what? We got it going on, man. So you guys, matter of fact, if you're on the direct feed and not on Born to Ride, you can actually. I think we have the chat module on. Yeah, we do. And then we've got a new one. I think Ron's going to watch that from over there, which is. That's, what's that thing called? Discuss or something like that, right?
What?
It's like the social feed for the site from borntoride.com.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, man.
Oh, wait a minute. I just
What are you talking about?
I just got in trouble for that a little while ago about trying to say something this is kind of technical stuff and I want to hear about it. And I'm like, all right. Well, we just try to do what we can. And yeah, it's technical, but it ain't that technical. It's just like, all right, you see us up there. You can either chat with us or you can leave a comment.
Hey, Craig, we
You
just got a message here from Las Vegas, Nevada. Skip's calling out there, and I just want to say we're looking good. So that's good, man. Skip's a big guy in the industry. He's going to be calling in a few weeks, but a great company. We're going to be talking about them. It's really cool, man. We're getting a lot of messages already. We just started.
Well, it's a brand new show, and we might have started 2 minutes late, and it doesn't really matter because you can always go back and play it back. We'll be uploading this thing to the Ustream site, and then it'll go up to the up to the YouTube. For whatever it's worth, man, doing live radio, live TV, live whatever. This is kind of a unique radio station because what we got is. We got the video component and the audio component. You guys can hear us and see us. I'm sometimes wondering whether people even want to see us, but that's okay. You can. We have just about every radio station in the country now starting up this idea, and I know it was a dumb idea, right? Sure. No, not really. It's not a dumb idea because everybody is copying this thing that we started back in 1990, whatever it was. It's not that dumb because everybody wants to see the on-air personalities, listen to the selected music and things that are, whatever content we're putting out there. It's all about the biker community. So that's where we're going to stay, and that's how we're going to roll with this. And I don't know, man. You're over there texting away with people, and I'm sure they have comments or requests or whatever. It's all good, you know. I mean, it's all good, Ron.
Well, Craven, you've been a visionary in radio, man. You know, back when the FCC raided you with the pirate radio under the bridge and all that. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, and the vision that you had the radio bar. You know, just a lot of cool things have been going on with what you do. So, yeah, we're bringing it now. And you did mention video, audio. We have it. So when we bring bands in here, our special guests, we'll be able to see them on the radio, on the video.
Yeah, we sure can.
And we're going to have it on, backlogged on borntoride.com. They'll be able to check it out, man. So,
yeah, they can see it, hear it, and enjoy it. Make a comment, love it, hate it, whatever you want to do, but we're here for those comments. So it's all good. We're not ashamed to go out here and talk about the community, talk about things that are coming up, and talk about things that are happening. And we encourage you guys to either call in, send him a text, get into the discussion, or just call in, like we said, 813-756-6444. We have scheduled calls coming up here in a minute. We're not using a phone screener tonight, so Ron's kind of handling some kind of texting going on over there or something, and that's good because that means that people are tuned in, and that's what it's all about.
Is there a network here?
What network? Oh, here I got that signal again. All right, you're on the air. What's up?
Happy New Year 2017, and we want to kick off the Pirate Radio Network and Born to Ride from Plant City, Florida. I have a question for Mr. Ron Galletti.
What's the question?
I want to know what inspires you to do the Born to Ride magazine, which has been so successful for radio, television, and over the network for such a long time.
For over 20 years, Ron, tell her.
Wow, really appreciate the call. You're coming in loud and clear. It's great to hear the people calling from the community to talk about what's going on here, not only on Born to Ride Radio, but the .com, the social media, the TV show, and the magazine, like you mentioned. But it's been 21 years, but it seems like it's gone by, really fast. And I just started it because I felt there was a need for biker television to document the lifestyle, and my wife's been a supporter of it, the family, and the biker community, and of course we have advertisers and sponsors. One of the greatest advertisers, sponsors we have to keep us on the streets, to keep us on the air, is Attorney Fran Hosh, and that's 866 Law Fran. And anybody out there needs any kind of legal representation. Even if you just need to call about legalities of insurance, the proper insurance to have, call 866 Law Fran. But, the inspiration is about riding and the freedom and the biker community. There's a lot of great people doing great things, and I just felt there was no one there documenting it like it should be. We're breaking down stereotypes for bikers for over 21 years, and it's like, can you judge a book by its cover? You can't, man. Bikers are some of the greatest people, but what is a biker? What is a motorcyclist? From blue collar to white collar, women make up more than a third of the market. Everybody's riding motorcycles, young to old, people of color. I mean, everybody's riding motorcycles, and there's a lot of great organizations doing a lot of great things. So we're really proud to have people like the Shriners, Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches behind Born to Ride, and charities that we can magnify. And we really appreciate it. Anything else you had to say?
I just want to thank you for all the articles that you've done in Born to Ride in 2016 to break down the barriers. Because it's not about shows like Sons of Anarchy. It shows that all walks of life love the freedom and the experience of riding the bike.
Well, you're right, and Sons of Anarchy is a theatrical performance. It's actually like a TV show drama, where it's not real, and unfortunately, a lot of people take that like it is real, and think that's what bikers are all about. So
I thought Israel was in like the Middle East or something. I don't know.
that's but anyway,
Never mind.
you know, it is good that we can document, and it's not easy doing what we do. Believe me, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of good people that help put this thing together and help get the magazines out and about and write the stories and edit them. You know, it's a lot of work that goes into it, but we really appreciate people appreciating what we do.
And I personally want to thank all the bikers out there who do so much for charities, organizations, causes, poker runs. And they're out there every day, every month. Like you said, the Shriners Club, Kids with Cancer. There's a lot of unnameable people. Judy Predator Patrol out there for kids. We've got a lot of wonderful people in the communities all across this nation.
Well, you're right. You know, bikers just don't get out there and do charities at Christmas time or the holiday time or Thanksgiving. It's all year long. I mean, it's all year long. And anybody out there want to call in, it's 813-756-6444. That's the studio line right here at the illustrious studios here. And, you know, 24/7 bikers are always out there. Predator Patrol. Judy might be calling in tonight, of course, to give us an update. And
Well, I want to thank you all for your service all year round. Sorry about the bounce back. Have a wonderful show, and everybody tune in.
thank you so much.
Thanks for calling, and give us a holler later on if you want to. We are absolutely accepting phone calls. I mean, it is kind of a talk radio show format, even though we're going to play you some really great biker sort of music. We'll crank some of that up in a minute. But I'll tell you what, Ron, I think people overlook the fact that that really bikers do quite a bit for the community, and I mean, you see a really big bunch of it around Christmas time, especially all the toy runs and all the things they do to go out and raise. I mean, look at, we got money, we got toys, we got all this stuff going on, and it is what it is. I mean, it is. But a lot of people look at it like, oh, well, it's these guys are all scumbags. 1021, you're on the air.
Hey, how are you guys?
All right, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's Wade, Heartstrings for Heroes. What's going on?
We were just talking about some of the charity stuff, and your Heartstrings for Heroes, and you're actually a charity organization for military, if I remember correctly, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're a music-based therapy foundation. We give guitars as instruments of healing to vets with inflicted with PTSD and other combat-related injuries. And we believe music saves lives. So
I'm telling you what,
It
this
does.
guy right here, Craven, Wade, I'm telling you what, he's not only a musician, but the man is magic. I mean, what he's done, he's touched so many veterans. He's at events all over the country, Heartstrings for Heroes. And Wade, you've got something big coming up this weekend, right? Tell us about it, man.
yeah, we have our 5th annual Ride and Rock Fest up at High Octane Saloon. And we're going to be honoring our first female Purple Heart of the year, 2017. And it's a military poker run motorcycle ride starting from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. kickstands up. And then everybody comes back to High Octane, and that's when we have live bands all day long, and that's when we do our honors ceremony, and we have the father of a fallen soldier, Craig Gross. He sings a song that he wrote about his son. They buried my son in Arlington. And it's just an amazing day of love, honor, and music, motorcycles.
Wade, how many guitars have you given away over the years? I mean, you've touched a lot of people's lives, and it's all for the good.
Yeah, we've given away hundreds, literally hundreds. We did a tour back in 2015, Strings Across America, and we drove 7,000 miles, 16 cities across the country, 16 Purple Heart combat veterans, and their stories. We documented all their stories, and we met. Actually, Charlie Pride is, believe it or not, the country legend. He's a veteran, and we met up with him backstage at the Grand Ole Opry, and it was just an amazing tour. So we've done a lot of really cool things across the country for people.
I mean, on that tour, where were some of the iconic places you went? Because, man, I remember following your trip there, and it was unbelievable. First off, you did a deal with Lazy Days RV, and they give you a giant RV to take around the country to tour in. And then you had these stops. Were you in Sturgis as well?
Yeah, we actually we ended it in Sturgis. That was the final stop on our whole trip, and we honored the last two, actually, of that year. That was one of a female Purple Heart and a male Purple Heart. We honored at the Buffalo Chip. That was the big 75th anniversary, which there was over 1 million people there. It was an amazing way to end that whole tour. And Lazy Days, yeah, what an amazing RV company. You know, they backed us right from the beginning and pretty much gave us whatever we needed to get across the country, and it was incredible.
Well, what you've done, Wade, just kind of jumped out of the box and started this thing and never looked back. I mean, you're a musician, a great singer. You know, I know you're involved with Decades Rewind. We'll talk a little bit about that too. But what you've done with Heartstrings for Heroes as a leadership role in the biker community, and I give you total props, man. And you've picked up sponsors like, you know, someone like Attorney Fran Hosh. How important is what Fran does, not only to the community, but to help you do what you do to put great smiles and warm hearts and guitars to veterans' families?
Fran has been a blessing. You all know that, how amazing she is in the community. Fran is like no other, though. She does things for people that, and she doesn't want anything back. She doesn't. I mean, she's been helping me out when I first, like, it was just a teardrop of an inception, Heartstrings. We didn't even have our 501c3, and, you know, I went to her with the concept and the idea, and she was supporting us back before we even had our papers over 4 years ago. Her whole story with her father, and it's a whole story of giving back and helping people. That's what they're made out of. And you know, we meet up, you and I, at our food drive every year, and that's just a special event in itself. And she's just an amazing part of this community. I don't know what any of us would do without her, to be honest. She's that big of a supporter.
She does actually do a lot of charity work for the biker community and the veterans and everyone else that's ever been out there. I mean, she's heavily involved in all of it, so I guess, you know, besides being an attorney, at least she gives back a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not a little bit either.
Right.
But Wade, this Sunday, January 8th, you got Rock and Rockfest, Ride and Rockfest 5. I mean, this is the 5th one. It's going down at High Octane. What can people expect this Sunday at Ride and Rockfest?
Well, hopefully the weather will be great. We had over 200 bikers last year, and everybody meets up. You know, they get their little route, they go do their ride, they come back, and we have 5 really awesome undiscovered bands in the area that I've personally picked out. And we had Rhiannon Page there one year, and she was a little girl that made it all the way to X Factor after she played our little event up there. And she made it all the way almost to the top of X Factor. So I kind of find these bands, these really, really good bands that nobody's ever heard of, or artists. I like to, expose them to people and give them some exposure and get them some gigs and just get them known, as well as them supporting the military. So it's a win-win for everybody. So we have live bands, and then we have, raffles and just a lot of fun. And then it gets a little emotional when we talk about some of the soldiers that we're going to spot, they've gone through, and but it's an all-around, it's just a really good feeling.
No, what you're doing is great. Now, you were at Washington, D.C. At the last Rolling Thunder, correct?
No, we go to Wreaths Across America every year, and we lay wreaths on all the graves in Arlington.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Arlington. I'm sorry. How was that? Because I did see some unbelievable photos there, and you met some pretty high-end people in the military. Weren't you hanging with some generals and stuff, man, giving you props?
Yeah, we got invited to a dinner on Friday night before the laying of the wreaths, which was on Saturday. And what we did was we brought up Heartstrings made 75 shirts for all the truck drivers that brought all the wreaths throughout just Arlington. There were 1.2 million wreaths laid this year across the country, and 400,000 of those were just in Arlington alone. So we wanted to give a little gift basket to all the truck drivers that donate their time to drop all these wreaths off. So at that dinner, everybody was congratulating everybody, and a 4-star general, who is the second most powerful right now in the U.S. Army, came up to me, and he gave me some compliments that I just choke up just talking about it. And then he slipped his challenge coin in my hand, and he basically said, it takes the power of one to start something big. And Wreaths Across America started out that way, and now it's huge across the country. So he just said, keep up what you're doing. You never know how big you're going to be. So that was a huge compliment to us.
Man, that's incredible. And what about the smell of those wreaths when they open the semis and you smell it, man, and you grabbing them and you touching them, it's got that sticky stuff on it, and you know where they're going, you know what it's for. Is that incredible?
It's incredible, and this year, I mean, the weather was just horrible. It was, usually they have a little ceremony and they do something as they open up the doors, but the weather was so bad, it was sleet. Everybody they just basically opened up the trailers this year and started passing out the wreaths so everybody could, because we were getting rained on and everything. So we did it that way this year. But there was something really, really amazing that happened to me I got to share with you guys. We placed all the wreaths on the ones that we're closest to. And there was this girl named Sam Huss that I placed a wreath on her grave last year. She's an 18-year-old that got blown up. She had a modeling career with Old Navy and gave up that. So, anyway, it's on her grave last year. This year, for some reason, I couldn't find her grave. So I went back later in the afternoon and took another look. And as I'm walking down one of the rows, all of a sudden I get goosebumps and the hair on my arm stood up. And I looked to my left, and there was her grave. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And somebody had already put a wreath on her grave by then, but I just instantly, it's like she touched me or something, It was the most unbelievable feeling.
Well, you know what? That's kind of like you're looking for something, and sometimes you can't really see it. They used to say you can't see the forest for the trees, but when something's meant to be, there it is, and you don't really have to search for it. It comes to you.
I'll tell you what, Wade, we did Wreaths Across America here December 17th. It was 80, almost 85 degrees. It was pretty hot out there, so it was a great turnout as well. And this was the first year that I was able to see my dad's grave because we just did a ceremony for him at Bushnell Cemetery and did a Marine ceremony. It was a beautiful ceremony and so proud. And Wreaths Across America has so much more of a meaning now, and I really see it wide open now and can really feel it. And it was amazing when we laid a wreath at my dad's grave. And he doesn't have his tombstone yet, but it's very powerful. All the military and all the veterans are buried there, and it's such a beautiful hallowed ground. But, man, we appreciate everything you're doing. Once again, it's this Sunday at High Octane. We don't want to miss Ride and Rock Fest 5, High Octane Saloon.
Yeah, you go to our website, heartstrings.org, and read up on the event. and you can either register online or in person, whatever you want to do. I just want to thank you. You are also one of our major supporters from day one, even before we had a 501c3. We had long talks together, and you always believed in what I was doing, and you've been ultra supportive throughout the years, and I got to thank you for your passion and what you do in the community, because it helps out a lot of people, man. You're a good dude.
Well, man, I appreciate that, but you know what? Your passion is what drives people like myself and Craven to get on board and help others, because when there's leaders who lead, there's winners who win, and we need people like you, because there's not a lot of people like you, Wade, who get out there, make a plan, and blaze a trail, and that's all you've done, man, is blaze a trail, and leadership, vision, your talents. God has put you here for a special reason, man, and you're doing a great job with it, and I'll support you, and the community will support you, and you know, people like Fran Hosh. It's true, man. It's very pure, and just keep doing what you're doing, because there's a reason you're doing it.
And thanks, Craven, for being a part of this show too. It gets the word out, and you guys are doing great things. Keep up the good yourselves.
We're going to keep it up, man. We appreciate it, brother, and we are going to keep this show going. It's every Tuesday night from 8 till 11 o'clock here on, Born to Ride, and PirateRadioNetwork.com, and all the other places and sites and things that we have going on. We have several other sites, so it's up, it's running, we're on. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for what you do for our veterans and our communities.
Awesome, guys. God bless. Thank you.
All right, Wade. Thanks.
May God bless you too, Wade. All right, have a good
Bye-bye.
night, man. All right, bro.
That's right. 813-756-6444 is the number, right, Craven?
I think you memorized it by now, haven't you?
I haven't memorized
Well,
it.
we had a couple of callers lined up. We got 12, 13, 15 people on. Well, it doesn't matter. Everybody's in there. If you think you, I have to explain something technically to everyone, and that is that if you're not sitting in the backyard, it's like 8 seconds of latency because of the internet and such. So here we go. Here's another phone call. Anyhow, 1021, you're on the air.
Yeah, Craven.
It is Craven.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Your beard is looking good, brother.
My beer or my beard?
Your beard, man.
Oh yeah, I got the beard right here. I keep the beer over there, so you guys don't think
Ronnie,
I'm
let me
drinking.
talk to the big guy.
I got him on the camera and on the phone. He's right here right now.
Is this Big Ed? What's happening, Ed? How are you, man?
All right, Ronnie, how's it going, man? You're looking good. I like your hat, man.
All right, man.
He's always got it backwards.
Happy New Year, Ed, to you and
Happy New
your
Year
family.
to you, too.
I'll tell you what, Ed right here is the Iron Man. He's like the Terminator, man. This guy is incredible. He does so much in the community. Great friend of Fran Hosh as well, and just always where good things are happening, you can find Ed. But he enjoys life, and Ed. So what's new with you now? What are you doing?
I'm just getting old, brother. Getting old, trying to hit the gym. I want to get in there. Getting on the bench,
You don't want to have to worry. As long as you're getting older and you're above ground, everything's great, right? I mean, consider the alternative.
Yeah.
So Ed, tell us a little bit about what you do in your spare time, because you compete in weightlifting and powerlifting, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Nah, I do a lot of power, not as much as I used to, Getting old since I had my accident and everything. My legs don't work too good. But I'm still at it, I'm still benching. Every Thursday night we bench, and I'm up in the 400s,
400 bench press. How many reps is that, man?
Huh?
How many reps is that?
No, I do the single reps, let's say, for instance, I'll do 225, maybe I do it like 25 times,
What?
That's a lot of
I don't do
power.
a lot of reps, 3 reps is the most you got to do. When you powerlift, you don't have to do a lot of reps, to get stronger.
And what kind of competitions are coming up for you that you might be participating in, or maybe just going to?
Well, they got the Worlds coming up in Moscow next November, but I'm going to do the United States Championship here, and it's going to be in Orlando, and I think May is something, and then you qualify for the World Powerlifting. Then that will be
Well, I thought I heard you say something about 400 pounds, or are you just talking about my age, which is 400?
That's funny. Listen, it didn't work too good on a cell phone. I'm on my landline now, watching on a laptop, and it's coming in great, Ron.
Well, Ed, it's such a pleasure to talk to you. I want to wish you a happy new year and all the best in 2017. Ed is a retired New York City police officer. He's a veteran. He's served our country and our community in so many different ways. And he'll be the first one to grab a gun and protect you right now if we need him. Right, Ed?
Hey, listen, you going to be at Gibtown, Ron?
Yeah, we'll probably be there in Thunder by the Bay this weekend.
And Thunder, how about Thunder on the Bay?
That's this weekend. Yeah, man. Sarasota.
All right, good. All right, so you guys, Craven, Ron, everyone, it's coming in great, man. I'm going to watch you more. All right, Rock.
All right, we're going to be on here for a while, so have
All right,
a
man.
good one, Ed. Thanks for calling in, brother.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Huh? All right, hold on. All right, 1021, you're on the air.
Ronnie, Bobby Fritz.
Bobby Friss, man.
We've been waiting for Bobby to call.
The man of the hour, the man with the power. Whoo, too sweet to be sour. That's Bobby Friss. How you doing, man? You calling from?
What's going on, guys?
Where are you at up there in Michigan?
I'm up in Michigan, beautiful, the Great White North.
Man, but Bobby, you're going to be down here this weekend for Thunder by the Bay, man. Tell us about it.
You know, that's what's always great about what I get to do. I get to be home for a bit, and then I've always got the light at the end of the tunnel coming down to do some great bike events all over the country. And this weekend we're doing the Thunder by the Bay in Sarasota. It's the 19th year we've been down there doing it, so it's pretty special for us to be involved with that charity for that long.
And Bobby, people love to see you. I mean, you've got that magic that a lot of bands don't seem to have yet because they haven't grinded as long as you have. But it's just you like to party, but the people like to party with you, man. And what's been your secret over the years? Or what inspires you to just, because every time you just look like you're having a great time out there on stage.
Well, I think what it is that we don't take it for granted. I mean, we've done it long enough to know, I grinded out for 20, 25 years trying to, get the elusive record deal and sell songs and be the international guy. And, I had some regional success and some record sales, but really what it's all about is, for me at least, is performing and making people happy. And I've just kind of found a niche, especially with the biker community of, people that are, in the same age group. I mean, I can perform for, 25-year-olds and I can perform for 75-year-olds. So we kind of run the gambit of age group, and we just have fun doing it. So I guess that's people see that.
Well, I mean, the music you play is timeless. You throw some originals in there too, but I think getting to know you over the years, you're really great, not only as a musician but as a creating relationships. With the business owners, the booking agents, the bar owners. And that takes a lot of work because you don't have like a management guy that does it. You do it pretty much all yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I do it myself. I had a manager years ago and bands, and I just kind of feel like, at least this way, I know when I give my word or I say I'm going to do something, I know it's going to get done. You know what I mean? There's no man, and my goal is for every venue and every promoter that I play for to look forward to having me there, and because they know they're going to get the goods, and hopefully they're going to, make some money for their charity or make some money for their venue or just have a great time, whatever they're looking for. But I hate to go into a place and have them freaking out because they're not making enough money to pay me. That's really why I'm not playing clubs as such. I want to go in and I want the owner to be just excited as hell to have me there, and and if he's sweating it out because he can't make the money, that's no good for either one of us. So that's why it is nice to do these bigger events and the Harley things where they've got a decent budget and they know what they're going to get when I show up.
Well, I mean, it's so important to create relationships because you keep coming back. I noticed you play for down here in Florida. I know you're all over, and you play in Milwaukee to 10,000 people, man. And you come to Florida, and sometimes people can take that for granted. The talent that you really bring, and then the business that you bring on the other side to the bar itself. A lot of these bar owners don't understand that. They'd rather go with a less expensive band. But at the end of the night, their register's not ringing like Bobby Frist makes it ring, baby.
Yeah.
You know, some of that is true, but you know, there's also some of these venues it couldn't ring enough to make it worthwhile. So, and I'm good with that. I mean, we probably have our biggest following in Wisconsin, so we play up there almost the whole summer. I just did New Year's Eve there, and we had about 800 people, and it was a great night. But you know, that's my bread and butter. That's where I've been for 30 years playing music and playing events. So, you know, when we come back to a thing like the Thunder by the Bay or the Poker Run down in the Keys or Bike Week in Daytona or Leesburg Bike Fest or one of these, you know, I got a lot of history with people there. And, you know, some of these other bands that, you know, some younger bands, that there's some great bands out there, you know, but I've got that history of bringing, you know, 25, 30 years of fans and friends coming out to see us. So that's pretty special for us.
For sure. And Bobby, it's this weekend, January 5th through the 8th. It's a new venue location, the Lakewood Ranch, Thunder by the Bay. What do you think about a promoter, a person, a great person like Lucy Nicandri, Fins Fines, and the whole staff of what they put together to put on a great show? They moved it this year to even a better location out of downtown. There's going to be more vendors, more everything. And you're a part of that big move again, kind of on the ground floor again. But what can you say about people like Lucy Nicandri and Thunder by the Bay this weekend?
Well, we started back, like I said, the very first one. We were there, you know, playing, and they put a couple of headliners in there, and then they tried running with us for headliners, and that seemed to work well. And so we kind of followed them all the way through there when they used to have stages down on Olive Street, and then it grew into the downtown festival that it was. But I think they were just, you know, it was too much. You know, they had some city fathers and some locals that just, no matter how much money they were making for the community and for the charity, you know, they just a handful of people just didn't want it there. And, you know, that's too bad. That's kind of like when you got 1,000 people enjoying a show and one person goes up to the manager and says, "Hey, the band's too loud." And so he comes up and tells you to turn down. It's like, well, there's nothing.
Been there, done that, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. They raised over 70,000 people. The economic impact that brings to the community, heads in beds, you know, all the tourism, everybody just makes a lot of money off the impact of motorcycle event. And then for a few high-end people, I guess in those condos, they don't like the bikers there one weekend out of the year. And, you know, the charity, the biker community has made over $1 million to that great charity. And, you know, people like Rick Rossiter from Rossiter's Harley Davidson. I remember the very first year, 13, 14 years ago, 19 years ago, it was at the Polo Ground, man. There was only about 50 bikers there, and look what it's grown to. But it's persistence for people like Lucy Nicandri and the great things that they do for children's charities over there in Sarasota. And Bobby, can't thank you enough. What do you have going on for Bike Week, man? It's coming up too.
We'll be in Daytona again for Bike Week at Dirty Harry's down on Main Street again. So we'll do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday the first weekend, and then the Thursday, Friday, Saturday the second weekend. So it's a great venue for us. I mean, we play like at 8 to 11. It's right at the peak of Main Street and people, and it's a great venue with a huge stage. So it's a place for us to be. I love it down there. They treat us great, and so it's just a pleasure to go back to places like that, and this event with Lucy Nicandri, who's just a absolute saint and just a workaholic and just one of those people that I'm proud to call a friend for 19 years.
Well, Bobby, you're one of the hardest working guys in show business, and we've had a great relationship. I remember when you were in a band here in Tampa Bay back in the day, right? Didn't you start right here in Tampa?
Yeah, we used to come down I had a band called Force, and I remember the big Nasty Savage run there. You guys were tearing up the town.
Yeah, man, we're actually playing in Portland, Oregon for a metal fest in February, and then we're gonna go to Germany for a big metal fest there, and then later on in June we're playing in New York City and Brooklyn, our big metal fest. So Nasty Savage is coming back, but you know, for what I do, you just can never give it up, you know. But what you do is bring quality music, quality entertainment. And for anybody out there listening that hasn't had a chance to ever see Bobby Friss, you're really missing out, but you got a chance this weekend at Thunder by the Bay. Any last words, Bobby, to the listeners here?
I just appreciate them all and love the fact that I still get to do what I love to do for a living and that they come out and support me. And it's going to be a great Sunday when I'm there. I'm playing 1:30 to 3, and then Blue Oyster Cult comes on at 4 o'clock, and we've had a chance to do a bunch of shows with them, and they're going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to that day.
Well, man, we can't thank you enough for taking the time to call in, Bobby. I know you're busy, and I just want to thank you so much for being a great friend to Born to Ride, but a great friend to the biker community as well.
Well, I think Born to Ride is the only biker magazine. I mean, you guys do it right. We have friends at all the other magazines, and they do a great job, but you guys are the go-to for me. I mean, I think you come across with the goods, and you got the biker community in mind, and you've always been super fair to me and gave me great coverage, so I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you for that. All biker media is great. We just have our own slice of the pie, if you will, and we love what you do, and we're always there for you, and I can't thank you enough for always reaching out beforehand and say, hey, Ron, check this out. Ron, I might have someone here for you. You believe in networking, Bobby, but you believe in creating relationships, and that's what it's all about. Happy New Year to you. Can't wait to see you this Saturday, or this weekend.
Forward to it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
All right, Bobby, we appreciate you calling on the phone lines. It's Bobby Friss. All right, 1021, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Craig. Craig's from CraigPaintSpikes.com.
Hey, how you doing, Craig?
Craig, this is one of the Craven. This guy is one of the most talented painters that we have, not only in Tampa Bay but all of Florida, man. I mean, I've seen some paint jobs that Craig has done. Craig, man, what do you got painting right now? What are you painting right now, man?
We just finished a wonderful Borgette cycle. It was a repair job where we redid the rear fender and the tank.
What kind of paint?
$73,000 2006 motorcycle. We're always doing vintage stuff for Santiago Chopper. I wanted to tell you about I do tank lining. There's some of you guys that are enthusiasts.
Well, what happens
can
is
get the inside of these tanks clean.
Yeah. You got to clean them out, and then you got to line them to keep them from rusting again, right?
I've got something that we call bulletproof. I've got Power Sports of Tampa crawling over me every week for tank liners, Santiago Chopper every other week for tank liners, Cycle Pros on Nebraska Avenue calls me for tank liners because these fellows are tired of cleaning out carburetors.
Is that from letting the bike sit too long?
Unfortunately,
they get rusty, and what happens? And they start leaking.
And I can tell you, as a motorcycle mechanic, we have that problem. I'm the guy that rebuilds the carburetors, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I rebuild the carburetors, I go in and like, how can you get this much varnish in one carburetor? I can tell you why, because your gas sat in your tank way too long. You get to fire them things up and keep them running.
And what are the options right now? Over-the-counter cream, Radiator Shop red coat. We all know that stuff doesn't work. Doesn't work very long.
No, not for long.
So is it something that they get from you, Craig, or you do the service on it yourself?
Yes, we do the service on them ourselves. We're doing them every week for, like I say, Tampa Power Sports. And this month I'm offering for less than $100. We'll clean your rusty tank out, get it back to bright metal,
Did you say less than
We'll line it.
$100? You'll clean it.
Permit.
How do they get in touch with you, man? Give the numbers. Give the numbers right now.
Well, it's CraigPaintsBikes.com is all you need to know. That's how they get in touch with me. CraigPaintsBikes.com, and my number is 407-226. And like I said, for the whole month of January, I'm going to offer under $100 to clean and line most standard-sized tanks. The big tanks that hold 6 gallons, maybe a little bit more.
All right, give us the number one more time, man.
813-407-2226.
And if anybody out there's listening, they can always call Born to Ride the office, and I can get you in touch with Craig. Craig's a great guy.
I support Born to Ride, and they support me.
Yeah, man. And you talked about Alan from Santiago Chopper. How cool is it working for a crazy guy like that?
Oh, Alan's the best. He's funny. He's sharp when it comes to design, and I keep him current.
It's tough to keep Alan current. I know that dude, man.
Yeah, Alan Santiago Chopper, he's a veteran. Now he's delving into some antiquities and AMFs. This week we're finishing up an AMF, 1970 AMF with him.
What about that, the Ducati that you did? We did the trilogy on the Ducatis, right? Was that?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Moto Guzzi.
Isle of Man bike. Wasn't that a wonderful piece?
That
He
was
did
a
a wonderful
Ducati or
job
Moto Guzzi?
of documenting that in the magazine with 3 pages and stuff. That was another tank that we had to do a tank liner, because when they put the different fuel cap on there, welded it on there, you can't trust a welded fuel cap.
You're right.
Yeah, what do? You either put the cream or the red coat, or everybody just calls me and put a clear epoxy tank liner in there that's bulletproof. It's good for fuel, and it's also good for methanol. That stuff doesn't eat it a bit.
And that was a Ducati, right? It was the Isle of Man tribute bike?
No, actually, that was a Moto Guzzi.
Oh, Moto Guzzi, that's right. I knew it was a
Yeah.
bike. It's been a while.
It had some Ducati inspiring, but she's all Moto Guzzi.
Yeah, that's right. What a great motorcycle to start with, and then what you did with the paint topped it off. I remember that tank.
Yeah.
It was almost like a postage stamp, right, that you put on there?
Yeah, there was a wonderful graphic that was laid in on the top. I believe that bike ended up in Dubai for a customer way out there in Dubai.
I'll tell you what, Alan has customers in exotic places all over the world.
Everywhere.
And, you know, he's from France, and he's a European, and his design is just off the chain. And it must feel really good to be able to work with somebody like that and put your artistic twist on them, you know, and pull it off like that.
I'd love to give a shout out to my friends at Steel Bent Custom Cycles in Oldsmar. They build a lot of Hondas. They just won the Wrench Against the Machine on Esquire channel. They participated and they won.
Well, Craig, I mean, you've got so much stuff going on. We should really get together more. I'd like for you to call in every week and give us a tip about painting. You know, what do you have to get ready for paint? When is a good time for paint? What kind of paint to get? The tank stuff. You know, highlight some of your customers. I know you just did that Superman bike for a neurosurgeon or something, and I mean you've got all kinds of clients out there, so it's all good, and you've got talent. You're a part of Tampa-based talent, but you're international talent too. We're so proud to have you part of the biker community and what you can do. Your talent is unbelievable, man. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Next week I'll get some notes together. A little bit on the fly tonight, but next week I'll get some notes together, and I'll have you a tip of the week for what's a good time to paint and what humidity means.
Yeah. It's Florida, baby.
One week we'll have you in studio. You can do something with paint. Come up with some ideas what we can do. We'll do it, man. We're going to do a lot of stuff right here, Born to Ride Radio, every Tuesday.
Born to Ride rocks.
That's right, brother.
Thank you, brother, man. We'll talk to you again very soon. Thanks for calling into the program tonight.
Every Tuesday, 8 to 11. Thanks, Craig.
All right, Craig.
Guys.
All right, bye. So, yeah, man. All right. Born to Ride Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, Craven. It's Steve Finns. How you doing?
How are you doing, Steve? I hadn't talked to you in a while.
Yeah. We're Thunder by the Bay with you.
Yeah, how you doing, Steve? Good to hear from you, man.
I used to get to go to the cool gigs.
Man, we were just talking to Bobby Friss, man. He was telling us what's going on, but really glad you called in today because you've got a lot of stuff going on, and we had to talk to you today because it's coming up this weekend. Not only Thunder by the Bay, but the ride that you put on every year. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it, this Finn's Finds Cruise for Cash, motorcycle charity ride. It's Saturday.
Well, this year we're really excited about it because the registration takes place at Suncoast Charities for Children's main office off of 17th Street in Sarasota. It's the first time we're doing that, and what happens, clients with special needs from all the 5 agencies that the charity supports from this event will be on hand to greet the riders. Everybody loves this part of the ride. There's also going to be a live remote radio broadcast from Z105 there. The registration is Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30, and we ask for a $20 donation per person. It entitles them to a grand drawing at the end at the event, up to $4,000 in cash prizes. It's going to be really good. There's 3 stops: Rossiter's Harley-Davidson, Manatee River Harley-Davidson, and the Ranch Grill. And they're going to have live music at each of the stops, free food. They're going to draw cards for a chance to draw one with a dollar sign, and they get a coupon to turn in at the event for the main drawing in the afternoon. It's a lot of fun, and I hope everybody can make it out there.
Well, you know, you've been putting it on for a long time, and you always do a great job with this, Steve. And we really appreciate what you do in the biker community because you work so hard. But this ride has a lot of special meaning. Tell us, how does it help the veterans out there?
Well, what it is, I mean, all these Suncoast Charities for Children supports 5 agencies. They do really great work in the community, and all these special needs clients, they house the clients, and all the money for this event. You know, there's a lot of great motorcycle events in Florida. A lot of them are for profit. This event is totally for charity. Everything goes to Suncoast Charities for Children. They distribute it to all the different agencies. And what's great is even if you can't do the ride, which I know they're expecting some rain on Saturday, but even if you can't do the ride, you can still go online and make a donation at thunderbythebay.org. And last year's ride raised over $8,000, and since Thunder by the Bay began, over $1.7 million has been raised for charity. So it's a really great event, and I hope everybody can make it out there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Suncoast Charities for Children. And again, tell us where this is starting at so we're really sure of exact location, because I think there was a misprint in the magazine. We apologize for that.
Yeah, it's at Suncoast Charities for Children's main office, which is 4630 17th Street. There'll be lots of signs out there. It's actually pretty much near the Meadows, and there'll be lots of signs to direct you to the registration.
And
An hour.
let's talk about what time is that going to start, Steve?
It's about 40 miles long.
And what time what time are kickstands up?
Well, it's anywhere 9:30 to 11:30. Last bite out will be at 11:30.
Oh, so you don't have to, it's not like a ride all together. You just come in,
No,
leave.
no, it's your own pace.
Oh, that's great. Tell me a little bit about the ride and what you're going to see on the ride.
Well, first of all, the first stop will be Rossiter's Harley-Davidson. So you'll go up Honorary to Fruitville over to the dealership. Once you leave the dealership, you'll go to the second stop, which is the Ranch Grill. What you'll do is you'll go up North Cattleman Road past Benderson Park. It's really nice up that way. You'll head up the UTC Mall, and then you'll go up to Lorraine Road and stop at the Ranch Grill. From there, you'll head north on Lorraine Road to Manatee River Harley-Davidson off of State Road 64. And then after that, you head back on Lorraine to the Festival Fairgrounds, the Premier Sports Complex.
And speaking of that, what do you think of the new location? Isn't it bigger and better? What do you think?
Oh yeah, it's great. We can do so much more. The bands can play later. No restrictions. It's acres and acres of manicured lawn, and it's we're going to have Wall of Death is going to be there. Globe of Death is going to be there. There's stump riders are going to be there. There's a new Taste of Thunder for craft beer and wineries. There's a huge full food court. They're going to have cigar tasting, VIP stages. Also, what's really good, if in the event that it's going to rain on Saturday, if you get out there, we'll keep you dry because we've got tent seating for 500 people, and all the music is going to keep going because it's all environmentally enclosed. It's all got they have covers, and the music isn't going to stop, and you will be dry because it's huge tent seating to observe everything.
So it looks like Thunder by the Bay has definitely found a new home, but a great home. And we're really happy to be a part of this. I mean, we were there from day one at the Polo Grounds, you know, with the Rick Rossiter, and, you know, we've seen it grow. And what you've done with the ride has enhanced it so much. And speaking of rides, tell us a little bit about Finn's Finds and the books that you publish out there where people can really get some great rides. How many books do you have, man?
I've got about 13 or 14 right now. The whole idea is if you're going to ride, you want to ride where the cars don't go. I got tired of riding in traffic. I got tired of doing the same rides over and over. So I wanted to put together books of old Florida back road rides where you won't see any cars. And what I did, I started off just writing down, because I couldn't remember how to get back to all these great roads, so I started writing on pieces of paper. Then I put them in a book format, and everybody wanted them, so I've got, they're published by Amazon. They can be purchased or downloaded on our website at www.finnsfinds.com. And the whole idea is to get you on some old Florida back roads and see some hidden gems that most of the tourists won't see. I've got ride stops, all the restaurants and attractions and biker bars and all the places to go. And it's a great way to avoid riding in traffic.
That's awesome. So they can go to your website, check it out. But you know, Steve, isn't this cool? Today, right now, we're talking to you about riding and scenic rides and the maps and the books. Before that, we were talking to Craig about paint. You know, we're talking to Bobby Friss about music. This is definitely a culture that we've created with this radio show, and we want this to grow. So having you call in today was great. We're talking about Thunder by the Bay. That's this weekend. Your ride, the Finn's Find ride, is this Saturday. You don't want to miss that. But, man, I tell you what, we're really excited about this. The phone lines are lit up like crazy, so I don't know that we just kind of created this. And we're going to keep, you know, counting on the people out there to be a part of this show because that's what it's about, magnifying what you do, magnifying what that guy does, magnifying the talent in Tampa Bay and beyond. Because this is actually, Craven, this is universal, man. This is worldwide.
It is worldwide. That's one thing. Your voice is being heard all over the United States.
It took me about a half hour just to try to get through to you guys.
Yeah, well, it's going to take a little while. We have a lot of callers lined up. And, yeah, just keep ringing the phone because we're going to get to each and every one of you tonight here on Born to Ride Radio at the Party Power at 102.1. Yeah. And we're going to keep on. So you guys keep on calling in. And we're going to get to each and every one of you, okay?
I love radio, man. Keep it up. It's the best. Radio's
Any last words, Steve?
It's great.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you this weekend.
All right,
man.
Go Cubs.
There
you got it.
Yeah. Finn's.
Thanks, man.
Finn's Finds Rides. Check it out. Born to Ride magazine. Every month he's in there. So it is what it is. And I'm telling you, if you guys are still calling in, keep calling in. Remember, internet latency, we have an 8-second delay and plus, okay? So, yeah, the phone lines are still open. Oh, look, yeah, the phone line's still open. And y'all keep calling in, and we'll take your calls. Ron, this has been a fairly successful start to a brand new program that people probably don't understand exactly what's going on. But I can tell you this. The phones ain't going to stop tonight, brother.
Well, that's what it's about. We're calling out to you out there, the listeners, to just call in, man. You're on the internet. You can call in anytime.
Absolutely. Here, we got another one coming up here. Let's see. All right, 102.1, Born to Ride Radio. You're on the air.
Hi. Hi, guys. It's Janie Durbin.
Oh, hey. I remember
Janie.
Jamie,
You guys were
Jamie
in
blew
real
this
need of a
thing.
female voice on your show.
Oh my God, it sounds so good too.
I'm scared.
But you know what, Janie's she's iconic, man. I mean, what you do on Facebook, and you're a musician. So man, we need to have
Yeah, she
Janie
needs to
moment
come in
every
and,
week.
yeah.
And you're welcome to come in the studio sometime, anytime that you'd like to come. But so what are you doing tonight? Tell us what's going on. Great to hear from you.
Tonight I'm relaxing. I did some rehearsing earlier. I am participating in a show this Sunday at High Octane Saloon. It's one of Braid Whiskey's events, Heartstrings for Heroes.
Oh, yeah. That's a music show, though, right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes, it is.
We were just talking to Wade earlier.
But they're having a biker poker run before.
Yeah. We've been talking about that tonight because we had a lot of people call in about that.
That's Ride and Rock Fest 5 right
Yes,
there.
it is, and I'm very, very honored to be participating in this event for military heroes, and they're honoring a female Purple Heart recipient this Sunday, a former Marine.
And how important is that to you to be involved in something like that, to show true patriotism and honor to our veterans?
It's what it's all about for me. I'm not in this business for my ego. I'm in it to give back, and every opportunity that I have to give back through music, because I believe that music heals and love rules, and together they are invincible. And that's the way that I live my life.
Say that again, one more time. I got to hear that again.
I put up a cover page the other day, and I created a meme. Love heals. Now I forgot it already. Love heals. Music heals, and love rules. Together they are invincible.
That's awesome. That's the culture that we want right here on this radio station. Positive messages of people who, are entrepreneurs or winners. They go out and make a difference in some people's life. They make a difference in other people, and doing positive things. And I think, if anything, Born to Ride, they think, oh, it's just about bikers and motorcycles. But it's more than that, because what is a biker, man? Bikers touch so many people, and it doesn't matter if you ride, if you don't ride, if you know a biker down the street. It's that culture, it's the lifestyle that everybody kind of gravitates towards, is motorcycling. And the people who ride motorcycles are givers, and they're very honest people, and they're patriotic. They love their country, they love their families, they love their children. And what you just said about honored to help the veterans is so meaningful to this program. I'll tell you that right now. And we really are honored that you're calling today to tell us about, what you're feeling right now.
What am I feeling about it?
Yeah.
My soul dictates what I do and the decisions that I make. And I'm feeling just absolutely honored. And I actually, when I was a little girl, I was a piano player in a Pentecostal church when I was 7. And I used to sing and play this song, a church song, not realizing that the melody was one of the greatest rock blues songs ever written. And I have arranged a musical tribute, especially for the military heroes, the veterans, and the families of the veterans, with this song. And I wrote a classical introduction because I'm classically trained. I wrote a classical introduction, and I'm using an arrangement of this song, this famous blues rock song, and integrating my Christian background. And it's going to blow some minds. But it's just going to be amazing. I've got Dean Germain is coming in. He's playing B3 Hammond organ for me. I don't know if you know Dean Germain, but he actually played for the Allman Brothers Band, and Sammy Davis Jr., and I have some amazing musicians coming, and they are psyched about this song. So I'm just feeling privileged and honored that I can show my love and appreciation to these people.
Well, that's so well spoken, and I really appreciate you taking the time to call. And now, how long have you been singing?
Good luck with your radio show. I think it's awesome. I'd love to come out sometime. You just let me know when.
Maybe we can do something live in the studio.
I've been out there before. I've been out to Craven's studio once. It's way out in the middle of nowhere, but I love it.
You're always welcome.
Yeah, it is kind of out there, but you know what? So am I.
Well, that's all right. I'm from Kentucky. I had a farm. I like out there.
All right, I won't complete the rest of this because we're on the we're doing the Christian Radio Network thing tonight, and not being vulgar.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. You guys are doing a fine job, and carry on. It's really nice talking to you all. Happy New Year, and I'm sure I'll see both of you out on the circuit soon.
Oh, yeah,
thank you,
will.
Janie, and let's get a Janie update every single week right here on Born to Ride Radio.
And you know that I love me some Born to Ride. You know that.
Well, thank you so much. We so appreciate what you do in the community because you're always doing positive things and you always have a big smile on your face, and that's so great.
That's why we love you,
God
Jimmy.
bless. You all have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for sharing it with everybody. We have a lot of your viewers tuning in. All right, thank you, Jamie.
Thanks, Craven. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. And, that's one of the things, man. Like you said, being a biker, it kind of transcends, not just, we are what we are, but, man, we do a lot of good for the community. Plus, some of us are musicians, and some of us are, like her. She's a good musician. I'm not talking about me.
Well, it's just what people are. It's reality of life, and everybody's got struggles. Everybody might have a skeleton or two somewhere, but, it's a race to the finish, or is it just a slow walking path to get where you're going? But if you do good things along the way, good things are going to come back to you. And that's what's so exciting about this, is pushing a positive message out there, people. A positive message to the people. When you call in, let's get positive. Let's share some good times. Tell me about your ride that you took last week. Tell me about your favorite destination that you like to go to. Did you what's going on in your life? I mean, Born to Ride Radio, there's no limits to what we can talk about because it's all about the lifestyle of motorcycling and riding, adventure, traveling, technology, industry, whatever we got, right, Craven?
And we got it all. And here's the thing. On this program, we can discuss any of it, or we can we can discuss anything you want to about the biker lifestyle or about anything, the good and the benefits of being able to. We're trying to keep it very positive and not negative. And remember, you can always call in. As a matter of fact, I got a line open right now, 813-756-6444. Love to hear from you people. All you got to do is just give us a call. We'll put you live on the air. Tell us what you feel about Born to Ride Radio. Tell us what you feel about being a biker. That's what it's about.
Yeah, and they go to Born to Ride Facebook. Born to Ride Facebook. Hit us up. Give us an instant message. Let us know you're out there. You go to borntoride.com. You click the link right there for this radio show. But every Tuesday from 8 to 11, we're going to do a lot of different stuff. We're going to be playing more music, do the top 10. We're looking for bands to come in the studio. Randy McNeely's going to be one of them, coming in, a new, unbelievable, talented kid that's been around already 15 years, and he's only 26 years old. He just jammed in Apollo Beach with Pat Travers. Unbelievable. Pat Travers came and jammed with this guy, man. Can you believe that, Craven?
Yeah, I can, actually, Yeah, he's the guy that invented that thing that you had curtains hang on, the Travers rod.
I think so.
Yeah.
Pat Travers.
Yeah.
But
all right, never mind.
Randy is also jamming with Dickie Betts, Charlie Daniels. These guys.
Oh, he's a great musician. Why wouldn't he have?
Well, he's just a youngster, plays that Telecaster, and they see something in him, and that's what Pat Travers said. He said, "Ron, I see something in this kid that I like," and really talented kid. And phone lines are ringing.
Well, I know that. Oh, hey, Born to Ride Radio 102.1. You're on the air.
Hey, Craven, Ronnie, it's Everywhere Eddie.
Everywhere Eddie.
We were waiting. We were expecting you to call, Eddie.
Well, we've been sitting here enjoying the first hour or so, and it's been sounding awesome, guys.
Oh, man.
We love it, Eddie. So since you're everywhere, where are you now?
Right now we're in Land O'Lakes, and but you never know where we're going to be.
Hey, Eddie, some guy called earlier looking for you. Is Don Provolone?
Oh yeah, the old Godfather, the Born to Ride Godfather. Yeah, I know him.
He said he was going to call back maybe a little bit later and talk to us because he had to go, but he was asking if you were in the studio tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll get a hold of Don, and we'll see if we can get him to call back.
Yeah, we want to hear from Don Provolone. But
Well,
Eddie,
is he the guy that made that cheese I got in the fridge in there, or what? I mean, I don't know.
He's the guy, yeah, he was the big cheese, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
Eddie, what you guys do, man, is incredible. You're such a goodwill ambassador for the biker community, but for people in general, because you spread the love, man, and everybody loves you guys. You and Lynn, you're on the bike, you're everywhere, and we're so proud to have you guys part of Born to Ride and spreading that good cheer. What did you do this weekend? You got to fill us in, man. What's going on?
Well, this weekend we're planning on being down at Thunder by the Bay. You know, because I'm originally from the Sarasota area, so I've been going to Thunder, probably since the second or third year. And Lucy's a good friend of mine, and we're going to be there rocking with Bobby, and that's where I first met Bobby Frist, down at Thunder, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, what a nice guy Bobby is, a musician, but I mean, just a down-to-earth guy, and does his own business and takes care of business, and such a great performer.
Yeah, he just got off the phone with us, Ron.
Yeah, he just called in.
I mean, he was in here with us. You know, it's too bad we didn't have two phone hybrids so we could put both of y'all on together. It'd been fun.
Yeah, that would have been a good thing. And you know, it's funny. I've seen Bobby all over, and a couple of years back, I surprised him up at the Wisconsin State Fair. I was on my way back from Sturgis, and I knew Bobby was going to be playing the fair, so I took a little detour and went up to Milwaukee. And I tell you, that Wisconsin State Fair is awesome. But it was great when I walked up in front of the stage, and Bobby looked down, and he saw me. Oh, boy, that was great. That was a great moment.
Well, another thing about Bobby, he does notice people. You know, he's not just like a rock star kind of guy who doesn't come down to earth. He definitely appreciates friendship and people, and he will notice you in the crowd, and he'll probably give you props and things like that. But Eddie, what I wanted to ask you about is, it's been, I don't know how many months now we've been doing it, 6 months or so, having you everywhere, Eddie, in the motorcycle community, but in Born to Ride magazine. I know you've been with us for about 6 months or so now, but man, I tell you what, it's really good because you're everywhere. You're taking pictures of people everywhere, and then you're sharing them and putting them in the magazine. And what kind of feedback are you getting from that? Because I know people, they just love to be in the magazine with you.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I mean, people will come up, and especially now with Lynn in my life, we get selfies together with different people, and they just love it, and they look forward to being in the magazine. And I get people coming up to me at different events and different bike nights, and they go, "Oh, you're everywhere, Eddie. You know, we know you. We see you in Born to Ride." So I said, you know, I like it, and I like hearing that, and I tell them, you know, to keep watching and keep reading, and it's been awesome. It's been a great run so far with you guys, and Lynn and I are happy to be part of the family.
Man, that's so good. You know, so while I got you here, December issue is definitely kind of closed out now because we're in January, but I just happen to have the December issue here because the January one is on the streets now, getting out everywhere. So I'm looking at a few of the pictures. I see you and Billy McKnight, Soul Circus Cowboys, at the Fran Hosh food drive. Tell me a little bit about Fran Hosh and, you know, what you think about what she does in the biker community.
Well, Fran's been great. I mean, and you see her everywhere. I mean, billboards. Last night we were headed downtown Tampa, and we jump on 275, and there's a big billboard with Fran. But I've known Fran for probably about 10 years now, and matter of fact, she helped me out in my case when I was hit. Matter of fact, it's going to be 4 years in a few days when I was hit by a drunk driver, and it's great that I'm able to sit here and be able to tell the story about what happened that evening. And I was very fortunate because I've lost a few friends who weren't as fortunate, and but Fran helped me out. She was my attorney, and she's out there, and she does a great job, and her staff and everybody at the Fran Hosh Law Group, they're all awesome people.
Yeah, I mean, so let's look at it now. Here you're with Janie out there, and she was just on the phone with us. Another picture of you guys together, you and Lynn with her. I'm looking at the magazine photos. Also, there's you with the Goodfellas, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of friends, and we've developed a lot of friends over the years. And I remember when I first met Craven back at the old L.A. Hangout bike night when I first moved up here from Sarasota.
Right, and another person I see a picture with is Wade from Heartstrings for Heroes. He was just on the phone with us, too, doing great things in the community. Guys like Wade and... there's a lot of great people out there. Isn't that true, Eddie?
Yeah, oh yeah. Wade's a good friend. I've been friends with Wade for quite a while, and I've always been there to support Heartstrings for Heroes, and it's a great organization. We did the cruise a few months ago. We try to do it every year, and we had a great time on the cruise, and Wade just does a great job at what he does, and we love Wade.
And then on a sadder note, in the December issue, Sal Laporte, an R.I.P. to him, Ride with the Angels, brother, a good friend to so many, and he had to leave us. And it's always nice that you give good tribute. I know in the January issue, we're talking about Rob Cartwright, and you did a whole special on him. And it's unfortunate that we celebrate life in so many different ways, and there's so many good people out there doing things, but it's hard when they leave us. And the best way to do it is tribute and memorialize them. And we have to do that, don't we?
That's for sure. And yeah, the loss of Rob Cartwright, that was devastating to so many people. I can remember when I first met Rob about 4 years ago with the Bearded Brothers playing at Thunder Tavern in Newport Richey, and I knew the first time I heard these guys, I said, this band there's something special about this band, and Rob was one of the pieces of the puzzle that made that band so unique. And over the past 4 years, we became good friends, and he became like a brother, like a son that I never had, and we always enjoyed each other whenever we were at an event, and the Bearded Brothers were playing. A great time, and Rob was a wonderful guy. He was a one-of-a-kind, and everyone misses him, and he touched so many lives in a short time. Just a great all-around guy.
That's true, and it's unfortunate, but I think sometimes when you leave us, it's what you left behind that makes the difference for the people to come out in force to memorialize you, and evident with Rob and so many people. It's unbelievable.
And
Eddie,
I'm going to tell you, as a musician,
Yeah.
the band's going to miss him, man, because he was a key factor in that band. And I got to tell you this. It's rare to have a band like the Bearded Brothers with that sort of well, you know, the instrumentation in that band, and he was playing that, he was sawing that fiddle down like Charlie Daniels, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to replace a guy like that. So hopefully they'll get it right and keep moving on. But anyway, speaking of moving on, man, you just keep moving on. Be safe out there, and like I said, we're going to supply you with more stuff that you can give away to people. I know. Don't you have some of those free on 3 shirts for the trek? Have you given any of those away yet to anybody?
Yeah, we've got the shirts and we're ready to give them away. I'm going to be bringing some down with me to Thunder and wherever we end up this weekend. And hopefully we'll see some of our trike buddies and be able to hand out one of those awesome shirts.
Yeah, man, you just keep putting the smiles on people's faces, man. That's what it's all about, is brightening up somebody's day. And with shirts like that, you know, just put a big smile on their face, get some pictures. We'll put them in the magazine on the website. Because, you know, they could go to borntορide.com and see some more pictures that might not have made it in the magazine, or the ones that were in the magazine as well. There's
Right.
a whole gallery of Everywhere Eddie and Lynn photos up there, right?
Yeah. I got a question though before you. There's a gallery of them. I got a question before you go. You have like magic like Santa Claus does, or what is it? How do you get to be everywhere?
Craven, that's my secret.
I knew you were gonna say that's what Santa Claus told me.
Eddie's
Well, guys,
found the
it's been
fountain of
great,
youth.
and I'm looking forward to showing up at the studio one of these nights.
Anytime, brother.
You come on down here and hang out with us, and we'll make sure you have a good time at.
Oh, that's
the
for
Party
sure.
Car at
All right, guys,
Born to Ride
take
Radio.
care. Have a great rest of the show, and
We
we'll
will.
talk to you soon.
And Eddie, see if you can get Don Provolone to call in later.
Yeah, I'll give him a call, see if I can get a hold of
All
him.
right, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Thank you. Everywhere Eddie on the studio line with us tonight. We've been expecting
That
his
guy's
call,
awesome.
Ron.
Him and Lynn are great people.
I know. And they do a lot. I mean, you know, they go everywhere. Well, that's why they call him Everywhere Eddie.
Commercials just pop on the show.
It might have. It depends on which. We'll figure that one out when we get off the air. We have other people out here that are producers and helpers and doing things, and we've had an awful lot of people calling in. Again, the studio line 813-756-6444. Easy enough. Call in. We'll put you on the show.
Craven,
and-
we've had 2,000 hits to the website just in the first hour. It's unbelievable.
I know that. Well, let me see. I've been,
Over 150 calls.
well, we've been
come
on the
in.
air for an hour and a half, and we've had you know, hundreds of people trying to get through to the studio lines, and now that they're open, all right, just get off your asses and 813-756-6444. We'll put you on the air live. Ron, what do we got coming up next, man? I mean, we got a lot of stuff. Magazines are going out. The industry is looking bright. A lot of good stuff going on, Ron.
Well, you know, Bike Week's coming up. You know, what are you guys doing for Bike Week? Where are you staying? Where are you going? Are you even going to go to Daytona? What is your favorite bike rally out there? Do you like Leesburg? Have you ever been to Thunder by the Bay? What about Thunder Beach? You know, what about Georgia? Who out there has been to Angel City? Let us know, man.
I have.
Have you ever been to Angel City? Oh my God.
I've been to Angel City, man. That was a good trip up there, man.
Armadillo, Georgia, brother.
It's, yeah.
A lot of
Is
stuff
it really
going on.
about an armadillo? It's unadilla. It's like a single.
Armadillo, brother.
Yeah, Umadilla, Armadillo, whatever. You know, we're not going to get into all that funny stuff tonight, I guess, really. But anyhow, if you want to call in, we do have phone lines open right now. 813-756-6444. Remember, we are on the 8-second delay because we are broadcasting, and it is what it is. So give us a ring. We'll put you live on the air. And didn't you say that was Judy going to call in?
I think so. She's calling in. A lot of people are trying to get. I think the
Well, you
phone
can't
lines are
get through. You
jammed right
can't get
now.
through. Well, that's the. Well, wait. Let me check. Hold on. No, we got one. Here we got a phone line open. We got phone lines open, so it's okay. Hey, it's okay. Call in. Either that, or we're gonna play music or something.
It's
Right?
813-756-6444. Call in now. We'll try to get you on the air. Tell us what's going on in your life.
Yeah, we can do that. It's too bad we don't have a phone screener and executive producers and all that other kind of crap. And other than that, we got everything but that. All right, Born to Ride Radio, you're on the air.
What's going on, boss man?
You tell me, man.
Hey, it's Oz.
Who is it?
Oz man.
I don't know anybody named Oz, man.
Yeah, sure you go.
Yeah, right.
Great to see you.
Oz, man. The guy that does the Monday.
With the Pirate.
Right.
Yeah, what's up,
Yeah. Hey, Oz, back on. He's on every Monday from like 1 o'clock.
show.
Yeah, it's a great show. Great show. Does a great job, Oz. What's going on in your neighborhood?
Just living life, bro. You know, was out there yesterday. Can't wait to get back out there, and I'm glad that we're getting more and more, and I'm so glad to see Born to Ride back with the Party Pirate.
Yeah, and you know what, Ron? We'll tell you all about that because right now, I mean, we decided to do this, and then we got the stats in. I've got an executive producer that's in there running all the background on the web and saying how many calls we've had, and hundreds of those have come in, and we've had thousands of hits. What does it say? 17? Yeah, 1,700 hits on the website. So we're making this work, Ron.
It's up to like 2,000 now, but that's all good. But I mean, it's all about the people. It's all about the lifestyle, and there's a reason why people want to be involved in this culture that
there is.
You've created with a radio station, man. This is public. The public can get involved in this, man. This isn't no suit and tie guys here saying push, 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 give me, give me, give me. We're giving our time, but we're giving a program for the community, man. And I think if anything, that's what it's about, is getting people involved and telling their stories. But getting involved in radio, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, and I'm you don't know how happy I am, seriously. And, I look forward to it. I look forward to the relationship. I look forward to supporting Born to Ride supporting us. And, Craven caught in the middle. He's kind of like the meat in the sandwich, but,
Well,
Hey, don't get gay like that.
We have to work together, man, to help build this, because this station is going to keep building. We've got other shows that people want to get on. And, we're just starting from A, and we're going to go to Z, and then we're going to go to double A and then double Z. But you got to work, you got to grind, man. You got to produce, and if your heart's in it, you got passion. We got to get people involved, man. And that's what it takes, isn't it, Oz?
That's it, man. That's it. And I've been in contact with a couple of people. I'm looking for a couple of sponsors, and I've got some gigs coming up. Some events coming up that I've been working on in the backseat. Craven don't know about them yet, but when I do, we'll be getting them.
Oz, tell us again, when is your show on and the name of it? Just fill the viewers in and the readers and the listeners today in on what you have going on, bro.
Well, it's the Oz Man Show. I got my partner JC and my lovely Mrs. Stice. We're on 1 to 3 on Mondays, and I may be on a little bit more next week when I get a week's vacation. I may come out a couple extra times. But 1 to 3 on Mondays, Monday afternoon we do classic rock. We do hard rock. We do Nick Braces Are Required come top of the hour, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We're going to be rocking out.
And your dedication is awesome, and what you've done, putting the hard work in, and you're a foundation of this station, and we can't thank you enough for what you do. And people, you got to support this. Get out there and support this radio station and the people who are part of this. And this is some
Ron,
fun
you
stuff.
support the local bikers, which I am one. But the Party Pirate also supports all of our local musicians. We've had, between Craven, myself, Adam Rewall, Mercury, we have supported our local musicians. We get out there, we practice what we preach, we go see them, and that's part of what the Pirate is. And I can tell you from my heart that I've been told they love what we do.
Well, just keep doing it, because when you have passion and you have the drive and the determination, it's all going to be good. It's all going to work, and because that's what it's about.
That's it. All right, guys, have a great show. I'll be back online soon. I'm done with my cigarette, and I'll be watching.
All right, brother. We're glad you called in tonight, man. Don't forget to tune in every Monday, at least from 1 to 3 for Oz, man, and his show. Here at the Party Pirate 102.1 FM, pirate-radio-network.com. And, and we got this thing set up on borntoride.com. So we're going to figure out how we're going to do all that, too. Oz, thanks for calling in, brother.
All right, guys, and as always, keep the rubber side down.
Like,
Yeah.
ride safe out there.
We're going to do that, brother. Thank you. So we are going to do that, and we're going to continue on with the broadcast. Man, we've had so many calls and so many people. And you know what this thing, what it's really about, Ron, is, well, let's just say it this way. It's about trying to, shed a positive light. Sometimes, you got people producing movies and doing things that makes bikers look negative. And the truth is that we're really, actually, we do quite a bit of good for the community and for people that are in need of stuff.
Well, that's what it's about, man. You got these motorcycle dealerships selling motorcycles. Some of these people just jump in this outfit and think they're a biker. But, that's how it is. There's also real bikers out there who've been riding, and ride every day. But, it's okay. It's okay. Don't be so uptight with a new rider. Just stay away from them on the highway. No, they need to learn how to ride.
Yeah, don't let them
It's
run
so
you off the
important.
road or nothing, man.
But, yeah, there's all kinds of bikers out there. There's all kinds of riders. It's not just Harley. It's all motorcycles, and it's trikes, it's spiders, it's dirt. Who rode dirt bikes, man, when they were a kid? Motocross.
I did.
We're gonna have some stuff coming up with some motocross stuff. It's gonna be unbelievable. There's 8 big events coming up in 2017. And we're going to have a special guest in here in a few weeks. We're going to talk all about it. Man, we've got some big things planned, Craven, and it's just step by step. We just got to take one step at a time. But if the people are out there want to listen, they want to tune in every Tuesday. Born to Ride Radio right here every Tuesday from 8 to 11 p.m. And it's live at borntoride.com. We're going to be putting the shows. If they miss it, they can tune in there and watch it. Listen to it, because it is video as well. Studio lines 813-756-6444.
Yeah, and we got lines open now if you guys want to call in and have a little bit of fun with us. One thing we didn't do is, I guess we kind of neglected to, play any music for anybody. I don't know if you guys, but we have this curiously branded CD. It says Born to Ride.
Hey, you want to play a tune?
We might, because right now we need to take a break. I probably should go outside and I should probably go to the restroom or do something like that, Ron. What do you want to do, man? You tell me. Or we'll just wait for the phone line to ring again, because it will, I guarantee you. There's no question about that.
There it
As soon
is.
as I say it, there it goes.
All right, let's take a call.
All right, Born to Ride Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Judy.
Julie?
Oh, that's
Judy with Predator Patrol.
Predator
We know who
Patrol.
you are. Stop trying to mess with us. How you doing, Judy, with Predator Patrol?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing
You
great.
guys sound awesome.
Well, you know what? We appreciate you calling in, because we knew that you were going to call in, kind of. I think Ron's running, I don't know what it is, the comment thing or the chat or whatever. He's running that on his phone. I'm going to run
okay. Well,
everything else.
I made a comment in there as well, but I didn't get a response back, and I didn't see anybody else posting, so I might be in the wrong one.
No, I don't know. If you're on the Born to Ride website where it's got the other thing, we're just now building that.
Right, yeah.
And,
well, I'm on the
so-
Ustream, the one that we used to do.
Oh, the chat, the old chat module. I didn't see you on it.
Yeah.
It
There's a
is
different one.
working, kind of, but it's not working very well
okay.
tonight. You know how that goes.
Well, Judy,
Yeah,
it's so great to hear from you, because speaking of leaders in the community and, people that stand out and make things happen and visionaries, you're one of those people. And Predator Patrol, why don't you tell us a little bit about Predator Patrol and what it's all about, and how does it make a difference in our community?
Well, Predator Patrol has been around since 2005, and what our mission is to educate on safety prevention and intervention of sex crimes against children. So what we'll do is we'll just pick up on a weekend and we'll go out into a neighborhood and just set up tents with safety steps and educate kids and play games with them. And then the flip side is that we'll go into neighborhoods and educate people about the sex offenders in their area.
All right. So we all had those questions. and we used to do a radio show. You used to be on the radio here. Tell us
Yeah,
about
I used
it.
to have a very successful radio show there.
All right, you want to come back or what?
Oh boy, yes I do.
I knew that. See, Ron? I knew that. Me and Ron just sit here
We've
and
been
we're like,
talking about that for a while, so, you know, I mean, we had a great show, Craven.
yes, we did.
But Judy,
Yeah.
how do you make a difference in the community, and how do people learn more about your organization? And give us a few tips on what's going on out there.
Okay, well, you know, one of the things is, Ron, that's important is that people are aware of who lives in their neighborhood. And people need to pay attention to their kids. You know, they need to know where their kids are. They need to know whose houses they're sleeping at. They need to know where their kids are when they're running the streets. The kids need to know not to go into people's homes. A lot of the molestation happens within the family. But, yeah, there's also neighbors who are dangerous. You know, you just got to educate your kids. There's a lot of information on the website, not just with our website, but other websites out there. You can Google safety steps for children at the bus stop, safety steps for children, you know, babysitters at home. There's all kinds of education. So, you know what? That's where it begins, is we as parents educating our children.
It's so important because I know for our children, they don't ride the school bus. We take them to school, we pick them up. You know, we
Yeah.
watch them every step of the way because you just can't trust people these days, and it's a shame, but
I know.
What are
It
some of the
is sad.
stati-
Well, you know, there was a little girl in South Carolina. We did the case, and it was a girl who got off of her school bus just right around the corner from her house. A man came out of the woods with a police shirt on and told her to go with him because her little brother had been arrested for marijuana. She went with him into the woods, and she was held in a bunker for 10 days being raped every single day. You know, you just never know. So parents need to be more vigilant. You need to know your neighbors. You need to go to the sex offender registry site and look up the sex offenders in your neighborhood.
how many sex offenders would you say are in Florida right now that are registered?
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you one thing which is alarming. In Hillsborough County, we have 1,100 square miles, and there's over 1,900 registered sex offenders. But in Sulphur Springs, let me tell you this. There's a little town here, Sulphur Springs. There is, within a 5-mile radius, 819 sex offenders.
Yeah, that's a very high number for a very small place.
Yeah,
What are
that's more than 200 per mile.
what can we do about that?
Well, we're doing some marches through the neighborhood. We're going to go and educate the kids and the parents about the sex offenders in the area because there's some very dangerous ones over there. We adopted several families this Christmas in Sulphur Springs. And the families that we adopted, there were sex offenders across the street, there were sex offenders next door, there were sex offenders around the corner. So that's why we're going to go ahead and do a march. I believe we have it scheduled February 4th. So doing that march, what we'll do is we'll take the sex offender registry with us and show the parents, the sex offenders in the area that they need to be concerned about. Obviously, there's always going to be sex offenders on the registry that he could live next door to me and I wouldn't be alarmed. It has to be a discretion. You have to look up each case by case. You can't have hysteria saying that, you know, we have a sex offender next door until we find out who he is.
Now,
But these kids in the neighborhood, what we're going to do, not only are we going to take the sex offender registry to show people the sex offenders, we're also going to take to the streets with stuffed animals and safety steps. We're going to sit down on the sidewalk. We're going to sit down on the sand, and we're going to go over safety steps with the kids.
now, can you label these homes like with a sign, stick them in the ground, and say, "Here's a sex offender lives at this home"? Or how does
Yeah,
that work?
but you know what? It's a shame that that's against the law.
Don't you wish? Don't you wish?
Yeah. I mean,
In
because if we
Texas,
could
it's legal.
identify these people, then our children would be safe, right, Judy?
I mean, even if they're registered, you can't do
Well,
that.
you know what? That doesn't prevent those who are molested by their family members, though.
That's true. So what do you do about that when it's within the home? I mean, can you change
It's
that,
going to be
Judy?
tough. You know, the biggest thing is we've got to make our children beware. We can't put fear in them. We just got to get them educated. You know, at a young age, if somebody touches you in the area where your bathing suit is, you need to tell somebody. You know, women are more trusting than men. Yes, women molest as well. But you know what? It's better to go to a female. You know, go tell Aunt
Susie, if somebody touches you, or, it's really difficult at a very young age. But the biggest thing is, Ron and Craven, is parents need to be with their children. You can't watch them 24 hours a day, but you can't go drop your kids off because you want to go shopping. Take your kids shopping with you unless you have to, you have to leave them somewhere. You don't always have to be without your kids. When you go to the baseball field with your kids, you know what, the coaches or whoever the molesters, people are out there watching. They're watching for those children who are being left alone. They're looking for the children who have instability in their home.
Well, what you're trying to say to us is that it's kind of like it's on the parents, and hopefully the parents aren't the one that are doing the abusing, but
exactly.
Hopefully if they are in an abusive relationship with their parents, what can the children do to reach out to the community, law enforcement, or whoever to fix this?
Well, you know what? Hopefully, somebody in their family is educating them on what's right and what's wrong. And if that's something that's happening, they need to be taught at a young age that they need to report things like this. Unfortunately, the sad part is that 90% of sexual abuse cases are not prosecuted because there is no evidence. It's a he said, she said situation.
Yeah, I'm not into the gossip either. What do you think, Ron?
Well, where is the best place that you would say that someone listening right now that has kids and they need to get some tips or some information, where is a good source?
A good source for what, Ron?
Well, just for, some pointers on how to defend your kids or what to look out for with predators.
Well, you know what? They have safekids.org. And we also have our website, which is up and running. If you Google safety steps for your children, you're going to find all kinds of them. You have Missing and Exploited Children's website. You have another site called missingchildrens.org. You have numerous amounts of them. You just have to Google it. But, one of the biggest things is education. We have to educate our kids at an early age. And hopefully, in doing that, we can prevent some of these molestations.
I just wanted to say our producer, Robin, she's helping us out a lot tonight with all the tech stats. And she said, number one offenders are those that you trust.
That's true.
Is that not true, Judy? I mean, tell us.
Yeah,
that
is. A majority of your sex offenders, the ones who molest, are the ones that we trust.
And she also made a comment about go to a person that you trust. And as a child, who can a child trust besides their parents unless their parents are the abusers?
That's right. It's a tough call, Craven.
It really is.
We can just do the best that we can do.
And when you're, 7, 8, 9 years old, and you live with a sex offender, law enforcement is tough to reach if you're a child,
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough call. That's why we as parents need to be vigilant, and we have to hope and pray that the spouse or partner that we're with, or the uncle or the grandfather, aren't doing those kind of things. But, what is real is real. It's happening out there. 1 in 4 children are being molested. I mean, you look at a playground of kids, and you have 30 kids out there, 25% of them are being molested, and that's a high number.
So,
but you know what? Organizations like ourselves, organizations are out there strong. There's a lot of people out there trying to educate children. We have BACA out there, and we have other biker groups that are trying to make a difference. So with all the work that we all do, if we save one child, we've made a difference.
And that's what you're doing. That's why your work is so important in the community. And because you are a biker, if you weren't a biker, everybody would be like, why is she calling up like that? Because I don't understand any of this hillbilly logic. The truth is that you are.
You remember when you went with us how many years ago?
Oh, God. We were riding. We went out there, and I took the video camera into the house, if you remember correctly. And,
we went into the house of the sex offender.
One thing about Craven, he ain't scared.
No, we weren't scared that day either. They were looking over the fence at us, and we went on in the house, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Judy, how is it in the public schools? Are they giving some education and talking to these kids about these issues?
Well, you have Lauren Brooks, who goes into the schools. We have Sergeant Nestor, who is with our organization. She's now retired. She goes into the schools as well. So I don't know what they have for the schools that are teaching this, but they're all resources to bring into the schools to help educate the kids.
But
We go to churches.
across the board, though, are they talking about this to the kids, and not just when someone comes in to talk about it, but is it part of their curriculum?
I don't believe so, no.
Curriculum.
Don't you think they should really
That
start
sounds
educating
perverted.
a little more towards that area?
Oh, yeah. And I also think that we should do the Pledge of Allegiance, too. There's a lot of things that are lacking in our school system.
What do we
You're
have to
right.
do
Trump's
to make
gonna
a change
change
in
that.
that? What do we have to do to make a change?
I don't know. We're still thinking about it.
I mean, there's definitely educating the kids. To me, it seems like if something's going on, you don't want to blame it on you don't want to blame it on the kid, or the parents, but somehow it's happening, and
Yeah.
they're letting their guards down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's a long-term effect, that they just
Right.
brainwash them into it. You know, I can see if something happens on the street and they're abducted, but it's that sickness of a predator who works, and that's why they're called predators, because they prey on the weak,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
prey
yeah,
on
they
an
do.
easy prey. And those people, when we catch them, they have to be kind of taken away and taken care of quickly, I think.
Yeah. But you know what, Ron? The thing is, sometimes children don't speak up right away. And unfortunately, when there's no evidence, you know, it's just his word against her word, or, you know, it's just a really sad situation when you get to that, because you encourage kids to speak up, and then whenever they do, you know, the ball gets dropped in their lap again, and they're just like, why did I even speak up? And we've seen so many children that that's happened to. But, you know, one of the things is parents need to look out for warning signs also.
Warning
Look for
signs.
children that are withdrawn from the family. Look for children that are cutting themselves. Look for children that's behavior is changing. Look for temper tantrums. There's a lot of different things that you can look and see your child go through changes. Start having family meetings. You know, Friday night, we're all having dinner at the table, and we're all going to talk about the week. Parents know their kids. You know, if one's molesting the child, maybe the other one that's clueless will pick up on some signs from their children.
Yeah, parents should be tuned in really good, and there's all types of parenting, but it's the predator that preys that we really have to look out for, and there are signs to look out for, and educate
there
us.
is.
And you know, you can't blame the child because they're manipulated by someone who's
It's kind of
older
like
than
a
them.
brainwashing thing, Ron,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I mean, because, you know, one of the things that I learned in learning about this, speaking to a psychologist, is that, you know, it doesn't hurt. And that's the thing. You know, they manipulate their way into this child's life, and it starts off with a little bit of touching and, you know, rubbing the back and making them feel good and telling them how special they are. And then it's another step after that and another step. And because it's not hurting and it happens, now the child feels ashamed because they know that it shouldn't have happened, but it didn't hurt. You know what I mean? And then they feel guilty because they feel like they're a participating party.
Okay, I gotta say something.
If they tell anybody, then they're going to get in trouble too.
I gotta say something about this because I remember your thing with Steve Wilkos, and
Yeah.
do you remember? I mean, I know I ain't got no life, and I watched that show, Jerry Springer and Steve Wilkos, and I watch that pretty much every day while I'm dog sitting or working in
Steve
the shop.
Wilkos, okay, but
But-
Jerry Springer, he's off the chain.
I know, but did you not do something with him, and are you not involved? And how do you reach out to the children in the community? And
Well, you
I
know, you
mean-
just hit me up with about 5 questions there.
well, go ahead and
One of
answer
them
them.
is yes. Steve
I've got more
Wilkos,
for
I
you.
am friends with
I've
the
got more
guy
for
who
you.
does the lie detector test.
Yes, he
And
does.
he's an awesome man, Daniel Ribicoff. He's an amazing man, and he is a friend. Steve Wilkos also did help fund the case that I did in Georgia. So, you know, that is somebody that I can reach out to for certain things that I may need. And,
So what can we do? I mean, and then what can Trump do for the
What can Trump
for the
do?
cyber community and the people that are out here stalking and tracking kids and doing stuff on like Facebook and Twitter or social media, and the kids are involved at a very early age now in the social media.
I know. It's sad.
Somewhat dangerous.
We have a case right now. We have a case that we're working right now where there's a 9-year-old kid that's on Facebook, and the kid's a model, and the parent is getting attacked by an older man, and the older man sent a picture of his penis on the site and asked the little boy for naked pictures.
It wasn't Anthony Weiner, though, right?
Huh?
It wasn't Anthony Weiner, right?
You're such a, Craig, you just never change.
I know that. I always have to have an Anthony Weiner joke in there. There's going to be that. Trump said there was going to be a Weiner.
You know what? Yeah,
So
social media is horrible. We get calls all the time. We get people writing us all the time. We just can't keep up. A lot of them we refer to law enforcement, but we already know that law enforcement is inundated with all of these as well, so a lot of them are going to slip through the cracks.
Of course, and that's the problem.
A lot of these kids today now, these teenagers and stuff in high school, and they're sending each other naked pictures, and they think that's cool, but they don't understand the ramifications later in their lives, so that can affect them. But it's the Snapchat stuff that they just send them to be cool. They think it's cool, but it's not cool.
No, it's not. And you know what? If it was just something that was amongst themselves, it's horrible, it's wrong, shame on you. But they don't realize that those pictures never go away. They don't realize that those pictures could be accessible by pedophiles. Those pictures can be sold throughout the universe, and you can't do anything about it. Once your picture is out there, no telling who gets a hold of it. I get concerned when I see people taking pictures of their babies naked, laying on the bed. How cute. Well, it is cute. We used to have pictures like that when we were little. My grandma would take pictures of our little butts, and, it was neat, but it was a paper picture. Now, these pictures, getting out on the Internet, people get the wrong ideas with them and sell those pictures to pedophile forums. It's just, got to be careful, guys.
Well, what do you know about a pedophiles forum? Is there something out there where all these people meet, and then it's like is it a meetup group for pedophiles? Is that what we're talking about here?
There's tons of them. Yeah, NAMBLA is one of them.
So maybe we can get Trump to kind of change that, right?
Well, you know what? The thing is, it's out of Trump's hands because it's international.
Well, that's true.
It was something we could do. They've tried to shut down a lot of these organizations and all of these pedophiles that
and most of them are in
countries.
Africa or somewhere, right?
Yeah, the Asia. There's businessmen from Florida that fly over to the Asian countries and have sex with 8- and 9-year-old little girls. They have them lined up in a little room, and it's just horrible. Pedophilia is not going to go away. But you know what? If we can save a child, we're going to continue to do what we do, and we're going to continue to educate, and we're going to hope and pray that we can get as many sex offenders off the street as possible.
Well, you said it, education and educating, and I think it goes back to the parents, a strong foundation, and even then, it's not easy. But you got to be on your guard all the time. But Judy, we really appreciate you calling in. You should give us a call every week and give us a Predator Patrol update. But what I wanted to ask
you know what? I'll probably be back doing my own show again. So.
Well,
yeah, that works.
If you're always welcome to give us a Predator Patrol update, because this is important. It's really important. What you do in a leadership role to help our community, our children, is so important. You got a lot of respect from us for sure, and so many people appreciate what you do. But let's change subjects. Let's talk about JT's Roadhouse. What do you got going on over there? That's like the happening place in Tampa Bay.
Yes, it is. Well, JT's Roadhouse now has a bike night again, and it's from 7 to 11. It is on the second. Wait, what is it? What is it on the first and the third Wednesday of the month? So tomorrow is going to be bike night. They have best custom, best stock, class contest, first and third Wednesday of the month. Ride-in, second drive is on them. Ladies' night 2-for-1 highball, free Roadhouse snacks, $3.25 Roadhouse burger baskets, mixed drink specials, open mic, and live music.
And you talk about a great guy, Mike, who owns JT's Roadhouse, is a real deal guy in our community, really cares about people, he's always one of the first guys to help somebody when they're down, a biker in need, or a charity in need, and those are the kind of people need to support. JT's Roadhouse. They're not only a sponsor in Born to Ride, but I mean, they just had an anniversary. Mike just had a birthday. I mean, it's a real deal
the
place.
birthday's coming up. Mike's having an outdoor concert for his birthday, January 22nd, I believe.
Okay, I knew it was coming up. But I mean, JT's
Mike
Roadhouse.
Napoli is one of the most amazing men in the world. He is my family, and he has been a part of my family since I was a little baby. So that man is just, he rocks.
Well, that's awesome. And, don't forget the Bike Night, JT's Roadhouse. For more information, people go to borntoride.com. It's listed there. And Judy, Predator Patrol, how can people get in touch with you? If they got a question or they want a little bit more education, something you can help them with Predator Patrol.
Well, they can go on our website, which is www.safetyzoneadvocacy.org, or just Google Predator Patrol on Facebook and you'll find us.
Well, thank you so much for the call. Let's really keep this going. Help us, help you, help us keep this radio show on the air.
Yeah. Come down here and do it again.
Absolutely. I've been doing my little production part over here, sending little notes to your other producer.
I see. And it works.
Yeah, right?
No, I'm serious. You know what? It takes a lot behind the scenes to make one of these things come off. So.
Yeah, exactly. And since I have a little bit of inside scoop, I can probably be a little bit of help. So
I know that you can.
You guys have a great rest of the night. I am out of here.
Judy, have a good night. Judy Cornett from Predator Patrol on the phone with us. We will open back up the studio line now for your calls. 813-756-6444. Remember, I know, you guys hate it, but the truth is, it's about an 8-second delay. So if you're hearing my voice right now and you know the phone lines are open, well, that means it's okay to call. Yeah, it's all about that. Calling. Now, Ron, what do you got going on in the chat module over there?
Just a lot of good feedback, man. There's emails coming in. Here's one from Vegas. Here's one from Toronto. Here's one from Italy. I mean,
isn't that weird how,
all over the world, man,
this is a global radio station,
Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I mean, if you
Texas.
think, let's say that you thought that you wanted to put your product or business or whatever, let's say that you wanted to be somewhere. How can you beat the entire world? Because it's not just Plant City, it's not just Brandon, it's not just Tampa. This is worldwide, man. We got people all over the United States calling in.
And it's on the web, too. So as we progress with this show, we're going to be throwing up things on the screen to get it more interesting. There'll be some video. We'll have people in the studio. So, there's a lot of opportunities with this. We're excited about it. A lot of things, there's never an end. I mean, Craven, in Florida, we can ride 99.9% of the year, where people up north right now can't even ride because it's snow.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, it was 85 degrees last night.
It was.
Or yesterday.
And it's still hot. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a good market for a lot of things here in Florida.
And, Florida actually generates a lot of really, really interesting things. And these events that we do as bikers and well, we just came out of the holiday season. Thank God it's all behind us. I mean, that was a lot of stuff. I mean, thank God it's behind us because, now that Christmas and New Year's are over, we can get back to work. And we are getting back to work, by the way. Making money, having fun, and doing what we got to do, Ron.
Telling you what, the new Born to Ride's on the streets. The January 2017 edition is out there. It's got Gibtown Bike Fest on the cover. It's coming up this month. But this weekend, Thunder by the Bay. It's going to be a whole new location, Lakewood Ranch. Got to come out and check it out.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Right after the break, we're going to come back and take your phone calls at 813-756-6444. Right now, we're going to play music. Yeah, and by the way, it's legal. We're all licensed for all that. Stay tuned. It's Born to Ride Radio on the Party Pirate 102.1 FM. All right, we'll do it this way. Never mind. We apologize. We're having experiencing a couple of technical difficulties tonight, but it's nothing big.
It's Craven Moorhead on the Party Pirate 102.1 FM.
I think we got it now, Ron. Guns N' Roses. Everybody loves them.
Yes, I needed some time to get away. I needed some peace of mind that'll stay. So I thumbed it down to 6th in LA. Maybe a Greyhound could be my way. Police and niggas, that's right, get out of my way. Don't need to buy none of your gold chains today. Now don't need no bracelets clamped in front of my back. Just need my ticket till then. Won't you cut me some slack? You're one in a million. Yeah, that's what you are. You're one in a million, babe. You're a shooting star. Maybe someday we'll see you before you make us cry. You know we tried to reach you, but you were much too high, much too high, much too high. Immigrants and faggots, they make no sense to me. They come to our country and think they'll do as they please, like start some mini Iran or spread some fucking disease. They talk so many goddamn ways, it's all Greek to me. Well, some say I'm lazy, and others say that's just me. Some say I'm crazy, I guess I'll always be. But it's been such a long time since I knew right from wrong. It's all the means to an end. I keep it moving along. You're one in a million. Oh, you're a shooting star. You're one in a million, babe. You know that you are. Maybe someday we'll see you much too high, much too high, much too high. Much too high. Oh, much too
Santerio, girl.
All right, and you know what? The Sandowski Pals. All right, so you're listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Party Fire at 102.1 FM, and we're having a good time here tonight. I hope you guys are having a good time along with us, because that's what we like to do when we do Born to Ride Radio. Now, Ron's coming back in. We're going to take some more phone calls, and we're going to do some more things. It's kind of like a talk show, after all, and because it is a talk show, we're going to just keep talking about stuff. But we want you to join in on the conversation, 813-756-6444. That is the studio line. It is open. And now we will take your calls and put you live on the air to talk about whatever the heck it is you want to talk about. And now that we got Ron back in here. Hi, Ron.
Man, I'll tell you what, everything's going really well, Craven.
Did you say we had somebody calling in for a interview or something? I never know.
Well, the phones right now are lit up pretty good. We're going to take a few calls in a minute or two, but let's just get an update, kind of a look at what we've done tonight. I mean, some of the people we featured tonight. Judy, Predator Patrol.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets for what she does. Is unbelievable what she does in that community. That's a pillar in our community. Also, we talked about JT's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And then we go over to Wade from Heartstrings for Heroes with his event coming up this weekend. What he does for veterans. How important, Craven, is to take care of our veterans.
Well, we have to. And remember, freedom is not free. And if you serve, well, you did your part.
You know, if you're a veteran out there and you hear us talking, thank you for your service. We want to thank you for your service. It'd be even better to hear from you. Tell us what you're doing tonight.
Yeah, anybody can call in. You don't have to be part of the, if you're a veteran, call in. If you're because to me, you're all heroes.
Yeah, and then we had Everywhere Eddie call in. The guy is an iconic brand now. He's a Goodwill ambassador. He's all over the place, man. He's touching people, putting smiles on people's faces, putting them in the Born to Ride magazine. He's got stuff to give away. I mean, man, he's got free on 3 trike shirts that when he sees someone on 3 wheels, it's a Born to Ride free on 3 shirt, Craven, that he gives out to people.
Yeah, but I was going to ask him because I was in the Born to Ride office the other day and I saw one of his fans and it said the Everywhere Eddie fan club, and it's like one of those little church fan things, right? Got a picture of him or something on it, and it just says everywhere Eddie fan club. I wonder if we could get some of those for you and me, Ron. I don't know.
Maybe. I think Fran Hosh put those together for him because they're tying in Fran together.
I tried to call him a lot.
But, you know, Wade with Heartstrings for Heroes, that's this Sunday. So, you know, he's honoring wounded combat heroes. And that's Heartstrings for Heroes. It's at High Octane Saloon up by Crystal River. You know, Craig called in, talked about paint. I mean, we got some diversity, man, today. Called in about what he does painting motorcycles. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people don't understand how complicated it is to paint motorcycles, and he was talking about how you have to coat the tank. Yeah, you do. You know why? Because we live in Florida. A lot of people leave their motorcycle sit around. They won't take it out and ride it. The gas goes stale. There's humidity. The tank rusts on the inside. All the varnish and all the rust and all the crap ends up in the carburetor. Then you bring it over to Cody's where I work, and I gotta rebuild it for you because you're just not. I mean, it's just not right. So,
I mean, paint, technical talking, and that's what we want. We want to hear from you guys with what you do. If you have a trade, if you're a biker-owned business, if you're a realtor, you know. What about when Wade was talking about Wreaths Across America, Washington D.C. Not only did a general give him props, but he almost broke down. You could hear it in his voice, the emotion. You know it, Craven?
Yeah, but what's not to like about that, Ron? Because let's face it. I mean, if it wasn't for the people that had served and had gone overseas and gone all the way in every conflict and everything that's happened on this planet, would we still be free, Ron? I don't know. I think we wouldn't be. And, you know, if you're not a veteran, you didn't serve. You know, I mean, I discussed it. My dad and your dad both passed away, but it's a shame. And I feel for you deeply, but both of them served. And I just can't say thank you enough to our veterans. If you're out there, you're listening, you're a veteran, give us a holler here at 813-756-6444, and let's just get it done because we'd love to hear from you. I know it's tough to get through sometimes because we're trying to do a talk show. All right, we had to take a little break, go to the bathroom, and come back. So I think eventually we're gonna do the local music top 10 thing or something because we got bands.
Oh man, we're gonna do a lot. But getting back to when I was talking about Wade, when I was talking about when he kind of broke down, it told me how passionate that man is for what he does, and that's what I love, man, because that man has vision, and God put him here for a reason, man. He what he does is incredible, and he's a leader, and for him to get that passionate just talking about it told me we're talking to the right guy. You know, we're talking to the right guy. And then we go to musician like Bobby Frisk takes the time to call in on our debut show, on our premiere episode, if you will. You know, Bobby Frisk calling in was great too. So we're going to get to see him, people, at Thunder by the Bay this week in Lakewood Ranch. There'll be tons of people. There'll be 50,000, 60,000 people there. This is an event not to miss, Thunder by the Bay. A great sponsor of Born to Ride. They believe in what we do, and we believe in what they do. We've supported them. We've been there since day one. This is the 19th year, Craven.
It has been a long time, Ron.
So,
I mean, I've been there. And I've been there. I've done that. It's all good.
So the phone lines are cranked up.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a call.
We can do that now. Born to Ride Radio, you're on the phone.
Hey, Craven, it's Birdman Mike.
Bird what?
Birdman Mike.
Oh, we would rather talk to the parrot. Hey, how you doing, Mike? Yeah.
Man, you talk about an iconic figure in the biker community. You talk about a real person who changes, puts smiles on people's faces, and who's definitely a goodwill ambassador. Again, another missile in the arsenal of Born to Ride is Mike and Spike, man, or Spike and Mike. Mike, how are you tonight?
Life's pretty good.
Man,
It's a nice warm night out here. I got Spike hanging out with me on the back porch.
Oh man, can we hear anything from? Can you get Spike to say hello?
Heck yeah, Spike, say hi.
Yeah,
That's bird talk for hello.
Mike,
I've heard that before.
this year we had a really scary situation, man. You lost your bird. You lost Spike at was it Biketoberfest or Bike
No, it
Week?
was Bike Week.
Yeah, it was almost a year ago. Man, take us through those moments when you found out your bird was gone, and what was going through your mind.
Well, I had been checking on her all night long, and at one time I come out and she was gone. Of course, I looked real quick to make sure someone real close didn't pick her up, but within those first 5 seconds I was thinking, oh, she's got to be here. She's got to be here. And then when I finally realized she wasn't, it was a real heart-throb pull, like someone ripping my chest out, noticing she was gone, and I did not know where she went.
I mean, I don't know what could be going through your mind at that moment, because she's like a child, or like losing a child, man. You had to be just so frantic. And what were you thinking?
Man, I was thinking, where would she go? Who would take her? What's up? Someone's playing a trick on me. But I'm telling you, after like 20 seconds of looking around and no one knew nothing, the feeling got worse. It was like I was having flashbacks of like losing everything for the past 23 years.
I mean, how much does your bird, the Spike, mean to you, Mike?
Well, she is my kid. I got no kids. I raised a bird from the egg, and well, the rest is history. She loved the Harley.
I mean, what
Yeah, well,
is...
you have to admit she's the brains of the organization.
I mean, but Mike, I mean, we love our animals. Some people love their cats, some people love their dogs, some people love their fish or whatever, but the relationship and bond that you have with Spike is so special. I mean, your motorcycle is even designed like a parrot, right?
Correct. Had it all just put on there. I couldn't resist.
I mean, you have the fender, I mean, the paint. I mean, it's just an unbelievable story. When you lost her, the outpour of support, and people came from everywhere to help you. Tell us a little bit about the outpour of help that came to you, because you're in Daytona. You weren't leaving Daytona until you found the bird.
No, it started Sunday morning when I got back down on Main Street putting up flyers. I had people come out of the blue to help me put up flyers to say, well, we live over here, we'll keep our word out. I had a guy drive me around the block 3 different times. He swore he saw the bird somewhere. And these are just regular old people.
I mean, Mike, it went viral, man. It was on the radio, national news. It was on the TV news in Daytona. We were getting calls at our office. The news people were calling us for quotes and, our feedback and how can they help. I mean, the outpour for the love of an animal and for your bird, it was so special and powerful to me. We were praying that you found your bird, because we didn't really know for sure, but we knew what you were going through. There's no way we could actually feel what you were going through. But man, I tell you what, it was so awesome to see the outpour of people who cared about you getting your bird back. I mean, how special is that?
That was. I tell you, by Wednesday, it was over every media source and in paper, print, TV, online, you name it. I think she had her own website, and it went viral by Thursday. And Thursday was St. Patrick's Day, and that was a special day. Because when I got home that night, my friends were so worn out of me being gone and trying to find her. We went out on St. Patrick's Day and prayed to the St. Patrick's Day little green guy that runs around the bar. He just happened to be there, and we prayed, and the next day I got a phone call.
And what did you think when that call came in? What did they say?
Well, it was a weird one, because the guy asked me, now he didn't tell me that information, he asked me to identify the bird, and if I could identify him, then he had the right one. And I told him exactly what Spike had,
you had to see her in person to know exactly what I was talking about. And that he had my parrot, and that he needed to give it back to me, but didn't want to be known and didn't want the money.
Yeah, because you had a reward, right? There was a reward.
I did. It was over $1,000.
And he didn't take the money.
Nope.
I mean,
instead he took the bird to a sanctuary in Geneva, and that lady called me up about 24 hours later, and after she seen how viral it was, she had to get the bird back to me.
I mean, I just think the good Lord was the bird God was looking over you, man, because that Spike had to be back with Mike, but it showed also the greatness of mankind, and your friends were feeling for you for sure. Strangers were feeling for you, but for someone to find the bird and just wanted to get back to you and not worry about the money, I mean, that is what the ultimate mankind is, and that's what we want to exemplify on the show, people, is great stories, love, honor, passion, and the passion for your animal, for your bird, the passion for a fellow man to get that bird back to you and not care about the money is so special, and that's why I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it tonight, man, because I think we're getting listeners from all over the country, we're told, and they're coming in from California to Mexico to Canada, overseas, all over Florida too, but because we're on the internet. And this is a great story. There's no boundaries in this story, Mike, because the love of a man and his animal, or dog, cat, bird, it's what fuels us. It fuels our lives. And what a great story it is. And what were you thinking when you got the bird back and got the call?
Well, it wasn't until the next day I got the bird back, and it did restore my faith in humanity just a little bit. To tell you, it was just tough to swallow that pill all week, but it was such a blessing that I got that phone call, and then the next day I got to see Spike, and I think she was more excited than I was. The look in her eyes, she actually tried to say a few words instead of just squawk. She tried to run over to the keyboard and type a letter out, but I wouldn't let her. I said, no, you're staying close to me, Spike, right?
Well, anybody who doesn't know, Spike and Mike are a staple item for years and years since the beginning of Born to Ride magazine. And, what you've created is a column every month that people really look forward to reading, and they anticipate what's going on with you guys, with the holidays, and what you do with the turkey, and just you got some great stuff going on, and people follow the story. So when the bird was missing, man, people were freaking out, and we're so glad that you got Spike back. But Spike's not your average bird. It's not. It's not your average bird. What are some of the things that people don't know that Spike does on command?
Many things. I can make her fly in the sky, and I can shoot her, and she'll play dead. And she'll play dead for a good minute or two.
She opened my beer once.
She once. We sat
100 times
here and stood around the beer tub and did 1,512 cans in 1 hour.
And I've seen her flirt with all kinds of girls and put smiles on a lot of people's faces.
And she loves to get kisses. My favorite trick is, though, I like to tell her to ride with my friends. I actually plop Spike on someone else's shoulder, and she goes for a ride with them.
And what about how is Spike with children? Because that's a special place in your heart, I know, is to put smiles on kids' faces. And, man, tell us a little bit about that, the rewards you get out of that.
Yeah, Spike's a great ambassador of kindness and maker of smiles. With little kids, I do a couple of tricks with them. They love to see Spike do the high four. Just like a high five, but she only has 4 talons. And then, for a special treat, they get to scratch Spike on the head, and she actually puffs her feathers up for him. But the best really trick of all, I really think, is that when
she reaches over there and gives him a little kiss on the lips. She's that gentle. She'll actually give him a kiss right on the lips, and the kids love it.
And isn't it rewarding that not only the kids are smiling, but their parents are just floored, and they're so happy that their kids are happy. And it's really cool to see Spike in action, man. But it's what you do in the community with Spike that is so special. And we're so fortunate to have you part of our community and part of our inner circle. And it's really awesome. But you also make Spike do something that's really crazy, and she poops on demand. Is that right, Mike?
I can pretty much get her to poop on command.
How do you do that? How did you teach her that?
I think he took her to the bathroom with him. I'm not sure.
How did you teach her that?
I had to show her how it's done many times. She got the trick after a while.
What I said about the bathroom.
A lot of treats.
I mean, I tell you what, though, it's incredible. And, you know, when you're on Born to Ride TV and Spike's on there, people love it, man, I tell you what. And so do you want to tell anybody maybe what you're talking about in the January issue? I know it's hitting the streets now, but maybe you can give them a little, you know, a little bit of what you're talking, well, Spike, does Spike actually write the article, Mike? Come on, tell us the truth.
You've seen the pictures. She loves to tap on that keyboard. I couldn't come up with that crazy shit.
Like I said, the brains of the organization.
Yes, she is. I just take the pictures and ride her around. I'm the chauffeur.
I mean,
human bodyguard.
Down in the Keys, I mean, everywhere you go, man. It's got to be cool to have just such a cool, you know, persona with you and Spike, because you know you're going to be putting smiles on people's faces.
Yep, that's the best part about going through life is, man, leaving someone behind and leaving them with a smile.
And you know what, Mike? That's why the bird was brought back to you. That's why Spike came back to you. That's why they made sure they found you guys together.
I think you're right, Ron. I think there is a place for me and Spike out there somewhere. We're still looking for it, and we'll keep looking every day. And as long as it takes, we'll keep making people smile.
I thought I visited you at that mental hospital. I wasn't sure, though. I mean, Spike was there with you.
Yeah. That's where we came to visit you.
Oh, never mind. No, you always just come to the trailer park. You don't ever, you know.
I did come to the hospital. You were too tied up to realize we were there.
Oh, it might have been the drugs.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't going to go there, but if you say so.
Or the straight jacket.
Probably a combination of both.
At least Spike doesn't do that to you, even though she probably should. Anyway, man, I'm telling you, we got your article up here. We were going to talk about what you did at Christmas. Now we're going to talk about what you're going to do at the New Year.
Yeah, what's in it for the New Year? What's in it for the New Year issue, Mike?
The January edition is about my New Year's resolutions and what I plan on changing and trying to change. And, of course, Spike has her own perspective and her own resolution.
You want to share a couple with us? Give us a couple.
No, I'd let the readers read it.
Any hints? Come on, give us a hint or two.
Okay.
You know, because we look at you as a...
Yeah, because I blasted part of my story out onto Facebook, and people, I only give them half of it. I said, you got to go to borntoride.com to read the rest, and or pick up the magazine. And, you know, you should do the same thing. You should go out and promote yourself a little bit, dude.
Sometimes I like to stay low. Like tonight. It was incognito night. I had to come back and get Spike to give a ring in here. I couldn't do without her. Right, Spike? Yeah, so in January, I reflected back on this past year and vowed to not let her out of my sight and become a better person at work.
Good luck with that.
See? What I tell you, it's a resolution. We're in 1 year and out the next.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's important. We look forward to reading that. We always do, Mike. And anything else? What are you doing this weekend?
Hey, isn't Thunder by the Bay right around the corner?
Yes, it is. And Bobby Frisk called in today, talked to us about Thunder by the Bay. He's going to be playing there.
Yes, we got some great headliners on Saturday and Sunday.
Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, it's going to be good. The Aussie guy's going to be there. Diary of a Madman.
Yeah. I remember that.
So
Is
yeah,
Craven going to make an appearance?
you never know.
You can't tell. You can never tell where I'm going to be.
Hoping he'd give it away, but no one's going to know till he either shows or he doesn't.
Well, hopefully I can, but you never know.
So Mike, what else is going on tonight, man? What's on your mind?
It's on my mind.
Just ask Spike.
How about what's on Spike's mind? That's more better question here. Spike,
What I said.
what's on your mind?
What'd she
She
say?
likes to eat out more often.
I understand what she said.
Yeah.
Mike's drinking too much.
No, that was another resolution that I did not make. I knew I couldn't keep that one.
And Mike, I gotta tell you, the office loved the Christmas card, man.
Sweet. I hope the feathers went everywhere.
Spike, yeah, they was full of feathers. That was awesome. We missed your calendars this year.
Yeah, I didn't do any. I didn't, wasn't into it.
I know it gets harder and harder,
Maybe
man.
next year.
Gets harder and harder. We didn't even send Christmas cards out this year. It comes up so fast.
Yeah, and you know, some of us ain't got enough money to have the time to pluck the feathers from the bird and send them in to somebody, right?
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes. Just sit around and pluck feathers. Right, Spike? Yeah. She don't like it either, but hey, someone's got to do it.
Well, Mike, you'll have to give us a Spike and Mike update every week, man. If you could do us the honor of calling in, man, every Tuesday night from 8 to 11 right here on Born to Ride Radio. You know, it's live at borntoride.com. People can go there and click the link at the homepage of borntoride.com. And anybody out there listening, we have Spike and Mike here on the phone, and they're a team that are part of Born to Ride, and you can read Mike's column and Spike's column every month in the pages of Born to Ride magazine, which is also online. But, you know, anybody out there want to call in, it's 813-756-6444. And, man, it's been a great first show, I think. Craven, what do you think?
I think we're rocking it, man. I mean, we're getting it done, and it is what it is. I mean, it is the first show, and then I'd already come out and checked this equipment, and then now there's no video playback on the DVD. I'm fixing that. It's no big deal. I can tell you this, we're having a really good time on that. We have everything. It's a very positive show. Had a lot of viewers all night from all over the world. The producers tell us that, oh, yeah, we got a lot of people. So that means that Mike and Spike are being heard pretty much all the way around the world.
They said over 3,000 hits to the website, and that's
Nice.
not bad for the first time.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I think we'll give you a little report at least every other week, if not every week, Spike. It depends on how busy she is. You know, I got to check her schedule.
Yeah, right. But
Well, man, you know, you're
It is-
always welcome. You guys are always welcome to call, and we always look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. And, you know, the mags will be out on the street, so check out the new installment of Spike and Mike. You're bound to get a laugh. You're bound to get another smile.
Yep, that's right. You can always find that like a mushroom kept in the back and in the dark. Right, Spike? Oh, it's good. At least we know our place.
all right, man. Thanks for calling in, Mike. We'll talk to you later, all right, bro?
Hey, sounds like a winner, Craven. And I'll see you and Ron down at Thunder by the Bay.
We'll be there.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man.
Welcome. Later.
All right. Born to Ride Radio, you're on the air.
Buongiorno, buongiorno.
Born what?
Born to ride.
Yeah.
What's up?
Provolone.
What you doing? Oh, wait. Is that Don Provolone?
Yeah, it's Don Provolone.
Don Provolone, how are you, brother?
Good evening, Ronnie. Good evening. How you doing?
How you doing?
He's a
From the old-
doing.
From the old country, man. Don
Yeah,
Provolone, what's up
yeah.
tonight, man?
Hey, Ronnie. I'm working on a new invention. I'm building this Italian motorcycle. I'm gonna call it a Ronzoni.
I like that, man.
Yeah, Ronzoni. Yeah, Ronzoni when you push it.
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
It should run like the wind, man.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Hey, you know what you call a laughing motorcycle?
Yamaha.
Oh, Craven, you're good. You're good, Craven.
Is that a
Yeah,
Yamaha?
thank you, brother. Yeah, Yamaha.
Hey, Don, what did you have for dinner tonight? Come on, tell us.
Well, right now, I mean, I'm sitting here chewing on a little provolone and some salami. It's really delicious.
No, we didn't want to get into the sex life. I'm sorry. I didn't say that on the microphone.
So how do you like your spaghetti, Don?
If I heard you, Craven, I heard you. So the show's going good. That boy.
No, he wants to know about how you like the spaghetti, and I'm like, all right.
What kind of spaghetti do you like? The thick one, a small one, the fettuccine?
Like flat spaghetti, you know.
Flat? What about the meatballs, Don?
The meatballs. Oh, you gotta try that. You know, I had a meatball the other night at Carrabba's. It's this giant meatball. It's like a softball.
But it's loaded with cheese on the inside.
The stuff flows out. Oh, it's delicious.
So, Don, what would you say, Don Provolone, is your top 3 Italian restaurants in around this area?
Well, you know, we had a new one a couple of weeks ago down in, I think it's down at St. Pete somewhere, Pinellas. Screwy Louie's got this new Italian restaurant. It's a Bellissimo. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful.
Now, Screwy Louie's known to have good food, and you know, the other place burned down. He's got some stuff going on at Scooter Haven. And what's the name of this Italian restaurant?
Bellissimo, right? Yeah, Bellissimo.
Bellissimo. We need to check that out, man. I need to get with... Hey, maybe it's time to do a food review. Maybe Don Provolone can do it, or maybe we could go out there and do it, because if you do a food review, you got to try the food.
Yeah,
and you get it for free.
I'll have to get you down there, Ronnie. Definitely. I'll call up Louie tomorrow, and we'll make arrangements.
Yeah, let's do it, man. You know, Don, you kind of sound like... what's his name, man? What's his name? The Godfather.
Yeah. Well, you know, years ago I was a Godfather, but, you know, I had to give it up for Lent.
You gave it up, man.
Oh, the only lint you had was in your belly button, brother.
Hey, Craven, I enjoy your humor, Craven. You know?
Well, I try every now and then, but, you know, I'm coming back on here with my solo show, and it's nothing but comedy and silly stuff. So tell me... well, you are Italian. Yeah, we already figured out about the Yamaha, and we already figured out a lot of other things. We have more things. Let's see what it says here. The producers say, tell him Brazzoli.
Brazil.
Yeah, Brazzoli.
Can he make a Brazil?
Yeah, can you make a Brazil? Yeah?
Yeah, we make a good braciole.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all we needed to know.
Yeah, we have a good fat braciole, yeah.
I never know, because I just have people asking questions, and I'm not really much on the Italian food, but I figure things out.
Well, that's because you're a good man, Craven. You know, when you're Craven Moorhead, you know, it's you can't lose.
You can't lose.
Yeah, I hear ya.
But you got to get what you crave.
Well, look, boys, it's been a pleasure listening to you all night. I enjoyed every one of your guests. It's spectacular, you know?
Hey, Don, where are you calling from, man? Are you calling from Florida, or are you overseas again?
No, we're gonna be back in the States in a few minutes. We gotta come over for that thing down in Sarasota there this weekend.
Oh,
the
so
Thunder. The Thunder by the Bay.
Yeah, Thunder by the Bay. You might want to check out some Italian places down there. Maybe we could get
there's a
Don
few
Provolone to
in
do some.
Sarasota, yeah.
Maybe we could get Don Provolone to do the Italian stops along the way, because you got to get some Italian fine food, brother.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that for you, Ronnie. Definitely.
Well, Don, It's always a pleasure, sir, to hear from you. If there's anything I can do for you, if we can do it, you just ask, and you know we'll do it for you, right, sir?
Well, look, just make sure you're not wearing any cement shoes when you're on the bike.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that. It's funny how when he talks to you, Ron starts becoming more and more Italian. He's like, hey, is there anything we can do for you? We do something for you, yeah? Okay.
Look what they did to my boy.
How you doing?
Look what they did to my boy.
Yeah, how you doing over there?
All right, boys. You take care, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's about time for us to wrap up Born to Ride, but you know what? You've been a fantastic last caller.
Man, it's always great to hear from you, sir.
Well, you end with the best. You know what I'm saying?
Such an honor.
You do not have to walk away, or you don't have to do anything, but just keep us tuned in because we're still on the air right now. It's Born to Ride Radio. Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Wow. What a great call.
Now, I'll tell you what, we had the honor of Don Provolone calling in.
Yeah, Don Provolone.
You know, everywhere Eddie knows that guy, and he had him call because he was our connection.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, Eddie's got
You know,
some
the
connections.
Italian food dude, man. You know what I'm
He's got
saying?
some connections, and can't thank you enough, Don Provolone. It's such an honor and a privilege to have
It
him
really
call
is.
the show tonight, man.
It
Don
really is.
Provolone.
Don Provolone. I mean, it's
I'm gonna reach out to him this week and get him to call in next week.
Yeah, because, you know, it's great to hear from him.
Don Provolone,
He's
man.
calling from somewhere out of the country.
Oh my goodness, that's
Oh,
so
man,
awesome,
a
man.
long
Do you know how
away.
that guy's big, man? He ran a lot of business.
I don't want to know about you guys and your Italian mafia business, okay?
You know, from Don Provolone, I'm gonna have in the weeks to come, someone who played in The Godfather, the movie, is gonna be calling in, and we're gonna do a big episode and talk to him about his involvement playing with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, you know, all the people that were in James Caan, and all those people who were part of The Godfather. He's going to tell us some great behind-the-scenes stories. And one of the famous scenes he was in was one of the famous lines in the movie. You know what that was, Craven?
What was it?
It's when he says, "Leave the gun, take the cannolis." It's the guy that was in that scene. And he's going to be right here on Born to Ride Radio in a few weeks.
You know what? That'd be fantastic. We can bring him in here, and then hopefully he doesn't mess with my gun or my cannolis. I don't have any cannolis right now, but
And Don Provolone's the guy who hooked me up with that guy. So we go way back, and it was always great to hear from Don. But we're going to bring him in. A lot of things coming up right here. Born to Ride Radio. Craven, thank you. You know, we didn't even get a chance to ask you about your column, but Craven Moorhead, you're on page 69.
I always am. And you know what?
out.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Ron. You know, I'm more famous for my column than I am from anything that I've ever done. When I was rated by the government, when I was taken down, every time I've been rated with all my things, and I've never been more famous for anything but Born to Ride and writing a column.
Well, man, I can't thank you enough for being a partner here and making this all happen right here in the studio. What a great night it was, and looking forward next week right here, Born to Ride Radio live on borntoride.com, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Tuesday night.
And we are going to sign off now because they have said we have reached our limit, 180 minutes, so we're going to do that. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, thanks for calling in, and thanks for being part of this damn fantastic radio program. We appreciate it. Ron, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We will see you again soon, brother. We're going to be rocking it.
Hit the music.
So we're going back to the music.
I came home early, you weren't around. I called your name as I fell to the ground.